Mute you. Hello everyone, welcome to Real Time Chatting, episode 33. My name is Lots of S, and as usual, we have with us Joshimus.
Hello.
And our special guest tonight is Softman25. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
What do you usually do after this bit, Joshimus?
I normally say Softman is here to talk to us about the Australian speedrunning marathon. Is it
you say that every week?
No, not every week. Come on. Is it speedrunning or speedrunner?
Or speedrun?
Speed. Yeah, don't ask.
Speedrunning. It said. I'm going with what it says on the schedule.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
You know what? Like, that's actually a serious problem we actually faced. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I just sort of woke up one day and had a message, and someone was like, which one is it? And I'm just like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I think actually, ESA had a similar thing because they were originally the European Speedster assembly, and everyone got really mad until they changed it to European Speedrunner assembly, which doesn't sound as good, but it makes more sense.
Yeah, nobody refers to this hobby as speedstering.
Yeah, like.
Yeah. See, we resolved that problem by not talking about it.
It's an ancient secret, what it stands for.
Starting off the podcast with a sensitive topic. Good job, us.
Yeah, normally what I do is I say what we've been doing this week.
Oh yeah, what? All right. What have we been doing this week? Let's start with you, Josh.
Okay, all right. What have I been doing this week? I have been doing actually something vaguely speedrunning related for the first time in ages. And I'm going to plug my own stuff now. I have launched, along with Wayno, who's somewhere behind me, you can't see him, and Taduva, we have launched MinecraftBingo.com. Yeah. So it's a website that generates a bingo sheet for you to play Minecraft with. And we've been playing it a crap ton. And I've been gameplay testing it and all sorts of stuff. That's what I was doing this week. Playing a lot of Minecraft.
You don't have to go to your GitHub anymore.
Yeah, you don't have to use the GitHub. I've bought an actual URL. It was £10 off of Google. 10 of the Queen's money, which is not a lot for those that don't know.
Nice.
It's like 15 American dollars, maybe less. But yeah, I was really surprised. I thought a website that has the word Minecraft in it would have been taken by now. I tried to get MC Bingo, but that was taken by some like Spanish bingo hall or something. The website's like from the 90s, and it needs Flash and stuff, and I don't want to turn Flash on because I'll get a virus. So don't go there. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, like testing it and stuff, trying to like balance out. We have like a little slider so you can choose between like very easy all the way up to very hard. And very hard is ridiculous. Very hard is like beat the game like 3 times in a row, basically. It's like.
Is it very hard or very long?
Very hard. It would be really hard to do it quickly.
Right.
And yeah, it would take a really long time as well, though. Like ridiculous goals. I'm trying to remember like one of the hardest. What's the hardest goal? I'm going to quickly look. The hardest goal is probably. Is that very hard? That doesn't look very hard to me. I'll have to open up the actual list of goals. I didn't get it on my sheet. But yeah, there's some really hard. Oh yeah, here's the hardest goal. Get any mob head other than a wither skeletons. So there's like. You can get the head of an enemy. There's one hard head to get, and there's lots of impossible heads. And this one, you said you have to get anything other than the hard one. You have to get. So what you have to do is get a creeper. You know the green things that blow up. You have to get a creeper, have it be struck by lightning, and then that creeper blows up and kills another mob, and it will drop its head. That's what you have to do.
What?
Imagine trying to do that. Yeah, it's
That's
insane.
ridiculous.
The other way of doing it would be to like go to the very very end game and find a dragon head on a floating pirate ship that you need wings to get, and they're super hard to get. So there's a few ways of doing it, but they're all impossible.
So you look at that sheet and then you go, well, I'm not going to do that row or that column, and then move on.
Oh, a few of
That's
my
how I
friends-
usually take care of my bingo sheets.
Yeah, we've all been joking we were going to do team blackout very hard bingo though.
Oh
So that would take fucking
Team bingos, yeah, sounds nice. I wanna try that sometime.
yeah. It'd work as well because you could fight on multiplayer as well. But yeah, anyway, yeah, less plugging of my own website. That's what I've been doing. There's no adverts on it, so I'm not making any money. It's open source, so
Did you change
Yeah.
anything to the bingo generation code from the last time?
Yes.
Because I ripped some off from you and for my own tool with
Ah.
hotkeys.
yeah. Yes, I did change a lot. That reminds me. That's why I wasn't getting the right goals. You need to scroll to the bottom and go to dev version to get the up-to-date one. But yeah, I changed how the generation works. You know how it was like things had anti-synergy, so they couldn't show up. So it's like
Mhm.
stuff like never die and stuff like kill yourself. They can't be on the same sheet because that'd be impossible.
Hmm.
Well, I added a new system which is called a catalyst and reactant. So there's like a catalyst, if you know fancy English words. It means like it's a thing that reacts very badly with other stuff. So I made never sleep a catalyst, and then all the other sleep goals like sleep in a village, sleep in the never, all those other goals are just reactants. So they can all be together, but if the catalyst is on the board, none of the other ones can be on there. And that makes making like never goals, like ones you can't do, a lot
Yeah.
easier. You still have to exclude all of them.
Yeah.
There was that, and there's a few other changes. I made all the sheets a lot harder, basically, a lot different. But yeah, that's it. So you could probably just sneak that into your ripped off one.
I haven't actually implemented such a feature. Like, neither have I implemented the anti-synergy yet. But
Okay, fair enough.
I have to
Oh, yeah,
work on
'cause-
it.
You weren't automatically generating them, were you?
I was.
Oh, you were.
For the GTA marathon that we did like 2 months ago, we had a pre-made board, and I just made the tool work with it so that people didn't need to print it or whatever.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, I ripped off your code for the board generation.
That's fine. That's what open source is for. We ripped the concept off of another website that hasn't been updated in ages. That's the only
Yeah.
reason we made our own. Because there was another one that exists from like 2010 that's really out of date. Yeah. Anyway, long story, but yeah, that's what I've been doing this week. It's making Minecraft bingo. So yeah. So it was actually a lot of fun. I know it's like Minecraft, it's for kids and stuff, but it actually is a good bingo game because you can do anything, right? It's open-ended. So yeah, it's fun.
Bingo is incredibly fun if the game works right.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, I think we should move on. Softer, what have you been doing this past week?
Well, the marathon's in 6 days, so I'll give you 3 guesses to what I've been doing.
I guess you've been doing a lot of management jobs.
Yeah, like it's all coming together. But yeah, that has taken up like at least 80% of my time.
What did you do with
Yeah.
the 20%?
I've been practicing my speed games because I
Nice.
kind of have lots in the marathon because I had to fill space, and so I've got like 4 games, and so I've been trying to make sure I'm keeping up to date with those because a couple of them are actually like difficult.
Right. You gotta try and run the whole thing and speed run it at the same time.
I'm just gonna keep drinking this coffee. Oh.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, it'll be fine, but I'm gonna need the coffee.
Sorry,
Yeah,
if anyone
I'm
knows
also-
when to mercy kill, it'll be you.
Oh god, and beyond that, what do you call it? Beyond that, if I've got like some free time, like just before now, I was just trying to keep keep myself awake. I've been enjoying Fallout New Vegas again because that's just a good video game. So, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, and sleeping a lot. And sleeping a lot.
Yeah, which we've disturbed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
we-
tonight.
Fine.
Yeah.
I knew what I was getting into.
I messaged you
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 weeks beforehand, right? It's better than
Exactly,
like
see,
it's better
plenty-
than most
plenty of-
guests we have, where we message them like 1 day beforehand. We're like, oh shit, we don't have a guest.
Yeah.
Mm. It's all good.
Uh,
And
yeah, we should.
As
Go on.
someone in chat just said, it's like, oh yeah, intends staying up awake all Wednesday. Well, he's referring to next Wednesday. But you see, he doesn't know that I'm staying up all night right now as well.
Practice.
Yeah, exactly. It's the practice run. It's the dress rehearsal.
Yeah, we should specify that Softman is actually Australian as well, so it is very,
Yes.
very early for you right now.
Yes, it's currently at 3:41 a.m.
Yes.
So yes, I'm.
So thanks a crap ton for coming on.
No, thank you. 'Cause, no, it's great to come on and do things like this because, like, one of our main challenges just means for me getting the signal out. Like the amount of people were like, "Hey, ASM, you know about ASM?" No, I don't know about ASM.
Mm.
That's a problem. And like, so yeah, like it's really good that people like yourselves have us on. We're really thankful.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming on. All right.
I
What
guess
have you
I-
been doing, S?
Yeah, it's a
go
good
on.
question, isn't it? I have been doing San Andreas 100%, and
Oh,
unlike
shock.
usually, I actually got something out of it.
Mm,
More on that later.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, what a shock. You've been doing San Andreas 100%. It's like, if you do like 3 runs, that's your entire week, so...
what else have I been doing? Have I been doing anything else? I don't think I have been doing anything else speedrunning related anyway. No, I don't think we do. Anyways, moving on. I think.
Yes.
Um,
Into the news.
splits. Yes, the
Hey.
news. There we go. Wow, we saved 2 minutes on that intro. How?
Oh, good.
Anyway, the speedrun news. So first off, we have a public service announcement about our very own show, about real-time
Mhm.
chatting. Josh, do you want to do the announcement?
Okay, I will. So, coming up next week is ESA, obviously. Well, the next 2 weeks away, I guess.
Yeah.
8 days. 8, 7? 9? Somehow. And anyway, ESA is starting soon. And starting from ESA, we will no longer be on this channel. So
Yes.
for a while, we have been on ESA Marathon's channel. But yeah, soon we are going to move a WAF, which is good because we wouldn't be able to do a show because the event would be happening, so it'd be a bit awkward. Yes, so starting from ESA, we'll no longer be on ESA Marathon, and we will be moving to our own channel, Real Time Chatting.
Yes.
So,
Twitch.tv/realtime chatting.
yes.
So
I'll
if you
post that in
follow the
chat.
channel now, you will be able to catch us 2 weeks from now. Next week's episode will still be on the ESA channel, but after that we're moving.
Yeah. So, it's
Oh,
like,
so you're doing one
after-
live from ESA?
No, it's like 2 days before it starts.
Oh yeah. of
Oh,
course,
yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Are you
like
still gonna do one live at ESA?
yeah,
after that. Yeah, I'm there.
Damn.
S isn't. So I'm gonna try to do something. I'm gonna try to convince my laptop to work. And yeah,
That's
S
the
will.
first trick, yeah.
I guess you'll have to stream that as well, actually. Yeah?
Oh man.
Yeah, so I'll have to try and get that to work and see who I can like find in the event to talk with us. If I just
Oh,
bring
that's probably the easy part.
yeah, get loads of people, see how many people we can squeeze into like my webcam on my laptop. Yeah, so yes, we'll soon be moving to that channel. So yeah, give that a follow, and yeah, before we were like on mine and S's. Did we ever?
No,
It's
it
just
didn't
mine.
seem to mine.
Yeah, but yeah, it's obviously better if we have like its own channel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah, thanks to ESA for giving us this opportunity to be hosted here and giving us the exposure.
yeah. But yeah, as soon as there'll probably be some changes, probably not the ESA episode, but the week after that will probably be rebranding as well.
Ooh,
Be all new
spoilers.
capacity. Yeah, there you go.
All
Yeah,
right.
next.
I think that's it. Split and move the title. Excellent.
Love your notes for this.
No, it's in my head.
Oh, great.
All right, so Summer Games Done Quick was last week, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, sort of. It was like
Yeah, it
a
started
few days
last
ago.
week.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
Uh,
watched a couple of runs since last episode. But all of them were of games that not only not interest me, but I actually have an active disinterest in. So I tuned in at the right time every single time.
Great.
Oh
So,
boy,
what
I'm.
what did you watch that you can talk about? Because I'll be talking for a while. So,
I watched a couple things. Let me get my notes because I forgot. So I watched like a bit of Dark Souls, but it's Dark Souls. I don't really care about Dark Souls, so I tuned out. Oh, I saw this one run. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. That guy, what's his name? Covert Muffin. He was so
Yes.
excited, man. He did a great job.
yeah, I saw that as well. It was really good. I didn't know anything about the game, and I vaguely like Star Wars a little bit. But yeah, that guy really made that run. That was one of the ones I was going to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, he did a good job. Other than that, I tuned in a couple of times, like when I was about to sleep or take a nap. So I caught a world record, I think. Like the guy said, "Oh, that's a world record," I think, and everyone was really hyped, but I was like half asleep by that point. So I don't know which run it was. But
Was it early on?
No, it was. I think it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Or maybe
Okay.
X-Men or Avenging Spirit. It was like before the Star Wars one because it was just a nap and I woke up during that Star Wars one.
Makes sense.
But yeah, that and all the other runs I tuned in for a bit and then just muted the stream and did my own thing.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I guess I'll talk about that. I watched some runs. Did you watch any Softman actually?
I watched a couple. I probably didn't watch many as I wanted to. I made sure I'd watch the Aussies, that I knew of at least, that I was told about. So I'm Dact and JRP doing Spyro and was it Metroid? I always forget which one it is. It's like Fusion, the GBA one.
Yeah, Fusion.
I'm sorry,
I think,
JRP. If you ever watch that, I always forget his speed games. It's so awful because there's just so many Metroids, and I just get so confused because I've never played them. So like, I just get so confused between them all. But yeah, I made sure I watched those, and those were good. Beyond that, I basically watched like nothing. I watched a bit. Like I tuned in here and there, but like I didn't watch anything on that. I don't know.
All right. Well, thankfully, I have literally no life, so I watched most of it.
Nice.
Yeah. So I did forget to note down most of the runs. So I'm going to quickly open the schedule. I was supposed to write them down on my notes. Sorry if this is loud. SGDQ schedule. But one run I did watch. Oh yeah, I say yeah, the Jedi Knight run that I watched as well. It was good, and it just goes to show that to have good commentary, you don't need to be like, a good runner. You don't need to be super interesting. You just need to be excited about it, right? Because a lot, and most of the audience, like 100,000 or whatever, most of them aren't speedrunners. They've never seen anything as ridiculous as that, right? So
yeah.
If
If they have even seen the game itself.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you got like the people that play the game casually will be having their minds blown by all the skips and stuff you do. And then you got the people that haven't seen the game. They'll just see, oh, he's jumping really cool. That's pretty cool. You just make everything out to be, exciting and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, don't lie, but it's like, oh, that was amazing. And it was just really easy. But yeah, like Covert Muffin did a really good job of that run. Yeah, my tip for anyone who does a marathon run is that either don't sleep and get into that like hyper mode, or sleep a lot and eat and drink a lot of coffee or something, and energy drinks before. Just get hyper. That's what you need to do.
Also a tip: you gotta make your speed game look attractive, not repelling. So if you keep saying, "Oh yeah, this game isn't as good on a marathon run," like it doesn't really.
Yeah.
Like unless it's like an actual bad game that is known for its badness, like Sonic 06 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and don't point out all the bad things either. Like, oh, I didn't quite do that right. Just focus on the positives. That's all. Because people won't know if you mess up a trick or you lose like 10 seconds. Who gives a crap? Like, nobody knows. But yeah. So yeah, other than that, random and apparently advice on people doing marathon runs. What else did I watch?
Paying attention, ASM people.
Yeah. Yeah. Just give everyone like, I don't know, an energy drink before they go up or something. Just buy a load of energy drinks.
That's expensive.
Okay, yeah, another run I watched, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time by Henna Joe, who lives in the same city as me actually.
I caught
although
that
I've
before.
never. Did you see it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did actually. I
Yeah, it
watched
was
like
interesting.
quite a lot of it, but I don't quite remember it. He did a good job,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah, it's not the most.
I remember him saying like the last time he did a run at the marathon, his game crashed or
Yeah.
something like that, and then later his game crashed.
Yeah, no, it was his other run was a lot worse. He was like, I think was going like approaching an hour over schedule or something, an hour of estimate. It was really bad. He kept crashing and messing up a load of tricks. But then like everyone on Twitter was like hashtag hugs for Henako, or whatever his name was at the time. And everyone in the audience and stuff at the time, after he finished his run or mercy killed it, where everyone just came and grouped hug him. It was so nice. Yeah, this time he was out with a vengeance, and he did the better category, the one that isn't broken as much, and it was really interesting. He did a good job of that. There was also the Pokemon Heart Gold / Soul Silver run. Oh man, that was an entertaining train wreck. Jesus, Kai's are on every GDQ run he does is always a train wreck, but he's like one of those people that makes it entertaining. So it was really fun. But yeah, the thing with Heart Gold speedrunning is at the very start of the game, you need to go into the DS settings, set it to a certain time and date, which like manipulates the random RNG code. And then you like have to start the game, and then you have to press A through one menu at exactly the right frame to get exactly the right RNG. And then you have to carry that RNG through the whole game by following the exact right path. Like if you take one step wrong, you're like the cycle is wrong. And you have to do that to get all the Pokemon, and you have to do that towards like the end of the game to get one of the legendary Pokemon that's super rare. You walk up to this tower, there's like 3 legendary dogs, and they will run away, and they run away randomly. Well, if you manipulate it successfully, you just walk into the closest bush, and the first Pokemon you find is it, and you catch it with a Master Ball that you won at a lottery because you manipulated the lottery outcome. And then you use that for the rest of the run. Unfortunately, none of these things happened, so he tried 3 times to get the correct frame at the start. He couldn't get it. So then he unplugged his DS from the capture card, plugged another DS he had pre-prepared correctly with it on, plugged that in, and they were using that a bit. That had the correct seed and stuff. Unfortunately, as soon as he walked out the house, one of the couch guys noticed that one of the NPCs that turn around randomly was looking the wrong way. So they were like, "Oh God, that's not right." And apparently, it's because he left the DS too long. He left it over an hour, so the hour ticked over, and then that changes it as well, apparently. So then his backup failed, so he was like, "Okay, we're just gonna have to wing this." So he wings the early section without manipulating the RNG and stuff, which was really good because that's like the route is set in stone. You're not supposed to know what's happened, but it didn't. So he was like, winging everything, and then he made it up to the legendary dog bit. And then, he got the Master Ball. He won the lottery because that still worked. But then he used the Master Ball on like a tree Pokemon he had to cut down, which is really funny. And then he got to the legendary dog bit, and he was like, right, this is when we would get the legendary dog and stuff if I'd done it right. But I didn't. So then he unplugs the DS. He pulls out another DS with another backup on it, and he uses that because that's at like the halfway mark of the legendary dog. So he's like, right, this is where we should have been now, and he uses that legendary dog for a bit, and he does that all the way up until the very last fight. Unfortunately, it's the glitched category where he skips like half the game, so he's like 30 levels lower than he should. So then he goes up to the very last fight, which he should manipulate, but he hasn't at this point because the manipulation's all gone at that point. So he's like he's got like 1 level 50 Pokemon, and he's against like Red, who has like, Pikachu, Charizard, Blastoise, all that stuff. They're all like level 80 to 90. So he has to get this fight absolutely perfect, and it doesn't happen, and he has to mercy kill the run on the last guy.
Oh,
It was the most entertaining mercy killed run I'd ever seen. I mean, he basically did it all, but yeah, just unless you carry the correct RNG all the way through, you can't beat the last fight. So because they're like
seems brutal.
literally 30 levels on top of you. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that was a long story, but that was a good run. I've kind of ruined it for you, but you should watch that. I watched it. I watched the VOD of it, where I didn't know the outcome, so it was a lot more entertaining. But yeah, probably isn't anymore.
Spoilers.
I probably should have started with the spoilers. Yeah, what spoiler warning. But yeah, I mean, he did a good job. I mean, with a game like that, where you have to perfectly manipulate the RNG all the way through a run, it was never going to work out. So he had like two spare DSs with backups prepared. Like, what more can you do? Jesus. So yeah, so the Kaiseron did a good job of that.
Well, he didn't, but he made what he could of it, so good job on that, I guess.
There was also I Am Bread, which is like a bread physics game where you're trying to toast yourself. Yeah. That was just funny because Spike Vegeta was on the couch and it was funny commentary. The game was complete crap. It's like Goat Simulator sort of thing, but it was funny to watch just because of that, so it was fine. And I think that was it. There was like there was the Super Panga World, which is a Super Mario World ROM hack. That was really funny because it was like a lot of references to stuff. But the runners were like, they were doing that thing where they're like borderlining getting banned from GDQ. That was really fun. It was funny to watch. Some of the stuff they were saying, I was like, whoa, you can't say that. But yeah, it was a good watch though. It was the difficulty of ROM hacks is ridiculous. And yeah, then you've got the obvious stuff like Super Mario 64, Majora's Mask, Portal 2 solo co-op. I've heard is good. I haven't watched it yet though.
Didn't that get cut? It
got cut, but it got cut as a donation incentive, and they managed to squeeze it in the end. Oh yeah, but unfortunately, because of the Tetris, where they had to set up for an hour because of the load of the technical issues, they were like 5 hours behind schedule. So they had to cut all of the interviews that you'd like guess, like every single interview. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Then there's Super Hot, done by Bullets, who we had on this show before.
Ooh.
Yeah, he did a good run of that. I was talking to him on Twitter about it. He said he was getting stressed out because his flight was like right after it, and they kept getting pushed back and back because of the delays.
Oh my god! Oh,
yeah.
How close did that end up being?
I think he had a 3-hour gap at the end, so he had to like finish his run and leave and go straight to the airport.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got it. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy VII, any percent no slots. That was one of the best runs I watched this year. Almost forgot that. Yeah, I played Final Fantasy VII as a kid, and that run was really good because it's like, it's a Final Fantasy game, it's an RPG. But they were commentating like the gameplay of it, which is great, and all the crazy skips they had to do. That's another one where if you take one wrong step, you mess up the RNG. But he actually kept his steps through the whole game. It was amazing. He was perfectly timed. But yeah, the commentators were really good. They were commentating the game and all the skips and stuff, but they were also talking about the story. And it's Final Fantasy games are fun to watch because you go through the whole story of them again. And for all the casual viewers, it was really, really good. So I had to watch like 2 hours of cutscenes, right? So yeah, it was fun. I liked watching that to go through the story again. And they cleared a lot of stuff up that I never understood as well because they're obviously super knowledgeable of the game. So they're like, explaining, hey, lots of people don't realize that this, like, Sephiroth was never alive until the very end. And it's like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, Genova was making a copy of him. It's like, oh, the story makes sense now, sort of stuff. So yeah, that was really good. If you've ever played Final Fantasy VII, I definitely recommend watching that.
Would you recommend it to someone who hasn't played it as well?
Yeah, I mean, they still explain the story. If you like RPGs, you could probably still watch it. Yeah, there's crazy RNG. At one point, one of the characters has like a limit break, which is like their ultimate move, where they like roll some dice, and based on the dice, they do a certain amount of damage. He rolled double 6, and all the commentators were like, whoa! Like instantly killed the boss, and everyone's like, that's as fast as I've ever seen that boss killed. It was so good. yeah, that was it. That's all I watched that I can think about to recommend. Oh yeah, Gio did Splasher. Gio's the person who does a lot for the community. He made the world record bot. He's been on here to talk about Fez, and he was running Splasher, and he did a good job solo commentary at like 3 a.m. when English isn't his native language, so he did really well.
I heard about that. Yeah, I missed all the runs that I was interested in, like Half-Life and Mirror's Edge and Portal.
Right.
So, good job, me.
Yeah, I think I tried to watch the Half-Life run, but I kind of got bored because they were just doing everything I've seen before. It wasn't that good.
Maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, that's it. That's all I watched. That was quite a lot.
Did you watch Doom? Doom 2016?
No, actually, I missed that. I'm gonna watch that back. Yeah,
I've heard only good things about it.
Yeah, okay. I've seen the run like 20 times now, so.
You still need to get someone on for that game. I think
Yeah,
we've
we
been
do.
saying this like for 20 episodes now. Or something.
Yeah. It's one of the games I'd like to learn as well. So yeah, we definitely should get someone on. So I can ask them like, how do I learn this? Yeah.
Alright.
That's SGDQ. There you go.
So Josh, there was another thing at ACDQ, the mesh attack thing, right?
Yes.
What is it? Because I saw a little bit of it, but...
Okay, so last year or last GDQ, I'm not sure. Someone OmniGamer SDA, they have like this box thing that like tests your mashing skills on a controller. So you plug your controller into this box. It has like loads of different slots and stuff for different controllers, and it rates how fast you can mash and how consistently and stuff, and it gives out all these like fancy graphs and stats and whatnot. And yeah, it was just set up, and they had like a leaderboards to see who could mash the fastest and who had best techniques and stuff like that. And they posted all of their results. And there's a video, I don't know if you've got it up. I'll link it in Discord.
A video?
Yeah.
Couldn't you have told me that you were going to put a video?
Oh, sorry. I'll link it. It's a Twitter video. It's just I'll link it in chat as well.
I should be able to play that.
Okay. If you can't,
it's on there. Nice, it works.
Oh, excellent. Good. But yeah, that guy Kurer, I'm not sure what they run and who they are and stuff, but they did 353 mashes across 2 buttons in 10 seconds. That's ridiculous. They have like leaderboards. They have standard 1 button. Yeah, I know, right? It's ridiculous. So they had like standard 1 button, standard 2 buttons, sprint 1 button, sprint 2 button, and then marathon 1 and 2 buttons. And yeah, you can like, I guess the marathon was like longer and sprint shorter and standard was whatever. And yeah, it's the leaderboards posted on Google Drive as well. I'll post that in chat.
It's so watching this video. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, holy crap! I guess if you speedrun a game that needs mashing, then yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, that guy got the top score in almost everything except the only thing he didn't get was marathon 1 button.
Can you explain what that was? Because I don't have the description open on my end, so I can see the scores. Yeah, what was marathon?
Oh, okay. So yeah, marathon was just a longer. You know, you had to do it for like, I'm not sure how long. Doesn't say.
It's on the Reddit post. Standard was 10 seconds.
Okay.
Sprint was 5 and marathon was 30.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, the marathon ones are actually surprisingly not much slower. Sprint and standard are both exactly the same almost. But yeah, Gymnast 86 got a rate of 15.9 hertz.
That is 16 presses per second, isn't it?
Yes, 16 presses a second.
How?
I don't know. And then
I mean, even 11. But 16.
Yeah, and Kura, the guy who's like dominated every leaderboard for the marathon 2 button mash, he got 32. I mean, it's not as simple as just pushing 2 at the same time, is it? It's a bit more complicated than that when you're doing it that long. So, yeah, the fastest one, the fastest for 1 button was 18 times a second, and then the fastest for 2 buttons was 35 times a second. Like, fucking hell.
18.
Like
18 presses per second.
Yeah.
I'm not easily impressed, but I am impressed.
Like if you're playing like Ocarina of Time, it runs at 20 frames a second. The game would just think you're holding the button down if you're pressing it that fast.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So yeah, so that's a cool little thing. I love all these side things that you don't get to see normally. But yeah, they had like a projector and everything. It looks pretty cool. We had there's like a few things at ESA like that. Like the people set up like melons that are attached to a Super Nintendo, that you can use the melons as controllers and stuff. Yeah, that's cool. Just thought it was some nice stats from the event, and ridiculous some of the speedruns do. He claims the secret to his success is Ballman 64 and Mario Party games. There you go. Ridiculous.
Wow. Good job,
Yeah.
Core. Whatever. It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
I mean,
Jesus.
like a lot of these times are insane. Well, not times, rates.
Needle, yeah. Yeah, like if you go from like the top person to 360 Chrism is like 16 times a second instead of 18. It's like a two extra presses a second
Yeah.
difference between
That's
Kerr and
ridiculous. That's
some-
absolutely ridiculous.
yeah. I don't mash in games at all. The only thing I mash is like spacebar for GTA games. So I'll probably do
Yeah.
really bad at
Like for GTA, you're not supposed to mace. I think you're supposed to like hit it at a consistent rate at a certain. It's definitely
Yeah.
not as much as possible.
Yeah, there's some games that are like, I know for Wind Waker, for example, when you zombie hover, it's like every time you press the button, you gain like a tiny bit of height. So the faster you press it, the faster you go up.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
you have to hit it at a minimum rate as well, and because gravity will counteract
yeah.
what you're doing. I'm not sure what the minimum is on that, but
I'm not sure. But I know it's like there's some skips that are possible, but people can't mash fast enough to make them work, so they have to do
Yeah.
other ones. It's like you could go vertically up, I guess, if you mashed fast enough, but can't quite do it. Yeah, so that was that, I guess.
cool. Moving on, here's something interesting actually. The Ultime Decathlon, if I pronounce that correctly in French.
So glad you did that.
This is interesting. It's like a 10-game speedrunning challenge. The goal is to learn. It's on screen now, but the goal is to learn 10 speedruns in 22 weeks. And every Saturday, 3 of these 10 games are being raced in a sort of mini tournament, and you can earn points. And like whoever has the most points after those 22 weeks is like the big winner. Actually, there's a finale, and then that announces the winner. And this I asked around a bit and did some research, and this is a really cool idea. Where it's just 10 games, and like you're gonna get good at all 10 of them as opposed to just one of them. So it's a nice spin on the tournament thing. They had the
And they've
first...
got a pretty good selection.
Yeah. It's good games like Quake and Super Monkey Ball. A lot of variety as well in the games, it seems. Yeah, so that's cool. They had their first tournament race last Saturday, and there will be one every week. And you don't have to you can join at any time, because you just miss out on the points for the weeks that you missed, but you can still catch up. So if you want to join this, go and learn these 10 games. And maybe you can win. I don't know if there's anything at stakes. Also, if you get a PB, like just a PB outside of those tournaments every Saturday, that will also get you points. So it's not just tournaments. So it's very big event, I guess, with learning 10 games. It's a nice idea. I haven't seen anything like this before.
It's definitely unique.
Yeah, exactly. It is nice to see something that's not just another speedrun marathon. It's very, very unique.
Yeah.
Oh,
come on, you know what I mean? Like, national ones are fine, come on.
I mean, national ones are still unique just because of how little they have.
Yeah.
easy. Oh my god.
But yeah, it's really cool. We should say this is their 5th one. They've done 4 before this.
Oh, seriously? Oh yeah, 5.
Yeah, there's like on the right hand side, it's there's like S2, S3, S4. This is S5.
Hmm.
Season 5, I guess. Hey, more seasons than SRL. You know.
Oh man, look at these leaderboards.
Let's have a look.
More seasons than SRL.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, we should say it's a French event, but obviously they have English supported as well.
Yeah.
So
If I had the time and patience to learn 10 games that I have never played before, and then maybe I would have joined.
yeah,
But yeah, it's insane. It's crazy. I think like
Yeah.
they're starting off with 5 games, and then later on the other 5 games are implemented or something. I'm not exactly sure how it works. It's really complicated, which makes it only better if you ask me.
yeah, exactly. It's like an actual like sort of esportsy sort of event, but for speedruns. It's pretty cool. They have a load of rules and stuff. Yeah, I'd love to take part in that. I'd love to try that sometimes. Kind of like the 12-hour challenge, but not just another speedrun. It's like
Yeah, it's similar to that, but it seems to be a bit like of those tournaments that you like, for example, on Twitch.tv/Speed Gaming, or those tournaments that were going on, and then the 12-hour challenge combined. It seems it's interesting. I like this idea.
Yeah, it's really good.
They have a Twitch channel, I think, but just check out their website. It's ultimedecathlon.com/en if you want it in the English language. If someone could post a chat message
I'm on
with
it.
that link,
There you go.
that would be great. Check them out.
There's the main page for season 5 I linked, and I'll link the Twitch page as well. So yeah, I'm really interested to watch this. I'll have to watch a VOD though, 'cause it's on Saturday, and I can't watch things on Saturday. But yeah, I'd love to try that. Cool.
There's a trailer too that I'm not going to play. Check it out. Alright, I think that's all the big news done, but there's been some world records, right?
Yes, there are a few world records. Obviously, most of the focus has been on SGDQ this week, so there weren't too many people running. It's like you got people that went to the event, then people that watched the event, and then a few people that kept on doing speedruns. So yeah, we have 5 runs lined up to talk about, and it's actually 5 things I think we can talk about for a little bit as well. So that's pretty good.
All right.
So yeah, the first one, it's good old PewDiePie again. Rydog back. Sorry, you ready? Yes, I'm like leading into it.
No, go on. Like you
Okay,
do it,
all right, okay. Yeah, so PewDiePie, Legend of the Brofist, any percent in 39:30, which is a big improvement considering he only got sub 40, I believe, recently. But there's some note, which I shall read. So Rydog says, this run I have learned... Oh god, you'll capitalize your eyes. This run I have learned a few new things. Nozlar did some timing and found out Korean is the fastest text, saved 0.75 in the opening credits. I, however, did not feel this in Speedwise because I am just too damn good. And frankly, it would have been 0.1 on each text box because I'm just spamming the skip button in cutscenes. Yeah, there's like a comparison on the languages, but I don't think we need to show that. This run was almost perfect. A good first split set me up to save a lot of time with a third best pattern. The other RNG spot in the game gave me a very odd pattern, but it was semi-fast, but could have been easily 6 to 8 seconds faster. At the mines entrance, there's no timestamp, I got a slow pattern for an elevator due to me messing up, losing 4 seconds. On tops, I think that's right, I missed a 5 pixel perfect jump and lost 4 seconds due to a death barrel. Base was on optimal. God, this is so badly written. Base was on optimal and could have been 2 to 4 seconds faster. With this, I would be happy and good to retire the game at a 39:20 or lower, but at that point, who knows what new things can be found. It would be interesting to see this below 39, but that would require a ton of luck to get. There you go. Full stops, capital letters, and paragraphs, Rydog. Let's work on that next time. I'm not normally the one reading this, after there. There you go.
I find it interesting just looking at the what do you call it? So there's 5 times on the leaderboard, and the gap is pretty decent. It's about 1 minute and 16 seconds between Rydog and the second place. That's pretty significant. So clearly he's making some good headway.
Yeah, he was doing the run for a few marathons, including ESA coming up, I think.
Yeah.
And he's been practicing it really hard. There were a few other runners like Mr. Confusing and stuff that they were running the game when it came out, but everyone sort of dropped off.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rydog has been like, for all his memes, he has actually been doing a really good job on that game.
Yeah.
And putting the time really down. So
I
yeah.
think he picked this up for a meme as well, but like I think it turned out to actually be a proper speed game. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a platformer, right? So it's a pretty good speed game. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, give him English grammar lessons at ESA. Yeah.
He actually submitted a text that was like 3 times as long, but the last 2/3 of a text were just a review of a Spider-Man movie. I'm like, typical troll Rydog. It wasn't separated in paragraphs either, so it was just this massive wall of text, right? And I was like, oh god, this is going to be annoying to read. So I went through it beforehand, just adding like paragraph breaks, and I just read through it and like, this isn't relevant.
Oh, you didn't realize it was a Spider-Man review until you edited it.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Damn it, Rydog.
Oh god.
From scripts to read lists, like every other episode he submitted it, he gave us like a script to act out. From that to then a Spider-Man review hidden as a speed run talked about. Yeah. Okay, good job. But yeah, the run is actually good. So there you go. You get to watch it at ESA coming up. There you go. Do you have PewDiePie at ASM?
No. What?
Oh.
Considering this was 5 runners, I think none of them are in Australia. I mean, I can fly Rydog over. He just has to pay his own ticket, and he has to be there in 6 days.
Rydog, if you're watching, get on it.
Yeah. And you see, I feel pretty confident making this offer because I don't think it's going to happen. On the off chance it does, I will stand by what I said. I think my money's safe.
No, I don't think he can afford it. If he's going all the way to ESA, he's from Canada, so I don't think he can afford another global trip.
Exactly.
You could go in a triangle, like fly to Australia and then fly from Australia to Europe.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Rydog doesn't win the lottery or anything. Otherwise, I'm going to be in trouble.
Oh, dear.
Next, I say.
Yes.
Antechamber, right?
Yes, a game.
This is an Australian, I think.
Hey,
Go on.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
Nice.
Votium. I'm terrible at names.
Yeah. I'll have
It is
to bully
Australian.
them, get into ASM because they're not in the Discord. So
Yeah, that's a bullion.
Yeah.
And Antechamber is a good run too. If you ever,
and this is super quick.
Yeah, I watched it, and he said like it was a terrible run. So there must be like this one tiny 2-frame time losses, right, and are in there that only the runner can recognize. But I watched it, and I have no idea what's going on. But
It's ridiculous.
I played.
As soon as your game,
Oh, go on. I'm sorry.
as soon as your game starts getting timed in milliseconds, you know it's real. That's as far as I'm concerned. Like Jesus.
Yeah.
He
So
did some glitch like where you can enter the lobby or like the hub menu and unlock all the destinations, and then you can just warp to the end game level. But
that's right.
It's weird.
Yeah, so even if he wasn't doing that glitch, this would still be a really weird run to watch.
Yeah.
This Antechamber, it's a physics-based puzzle sort of game.
Yeah.
But actually, it's not physics-based. It's more of just a first-person puzzle game, but it's all about like messing with your perception of reality and stuff. Like things where you like walk around a corner and then the place you came from, if you turn around, it's completely different.
Yeah.
And like going up spiral staircases forever until you turn around and you're in a different spot and all sort of weird stuff like that. If you haven't played it, I'd recommend it. It's probably pretty cheap. Oh, I got recommended a anti-chamber GDQ talk, a GDC talk, Game Developer Conference on YouTube. There you go. Find out how it was made. But yeah, the run is ridiculous because the whole game is featured around like you could just walk straight to the end, but you have to learn how to do that, right? At one point, he walks through just pure blackness. It looks like a wall, but he just walks into it and he knows where to go and stuff. There's lots of like the game teaches you all of these tricks and stuff that it does, and you learn it. Yeah, so all that's fine. He grabs the gun, the cube gun, I guess, as quickly as possible, and then he does the glitch that lets him teleport anywhere on the map, and he teleports to the end, and then it does it. But yeah, that's any percent warp. You've got like warpless, which is probably the better category. I actually have a time on the leaderboard of this. I want to find out where I am.
Oh, man.
I am
118th.
118th.
Oh,
Yeah. Unfortunately, at the time I was 69th, and I thought that was a pretty good place to stop. But I have since lost a lot of places. I did it in 3 minutes. Jesus, I was slow.
3 minutes, like
3 minutes round to chamber.
only
Come
3
on,
minutes
Josh.
to complete your
I mean-
entire game. Like,
It's one of those games that, like I said, if you know how to do it, you can
Yeah.
walk straight to the end.
just
so-
goes yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that simple. I have to do some glitches and stuff, but yeah. There's like one point you have to alt tab to walk through a barrier. Yeah. There's like a barrier that takes away all of your stored cubes. And if you hit it, you lose all your cubes, like walking through a fizzler in Portal. But if you like hold down W, alt tab, and then alt tab back in, you like go through it without losing your cubes, and that lets you break the game. But there's categories without that as well. This game isn't that glitchy, but it's still,
I remember
I-
they found a glitch at some point, and they weren't sure if it was actually a glitch because of how wonky this game is to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a really good game, and Votem has got the record in it, so that's pretty good. There you go.
Cool.
Right, next is a game I think you know about, S.
Oh, I do, I think.
I think I make this joke every time you're on here.
It's getting a bit stale, isn't it? Yes, this is a Grand Theft Auto San Andreas 100% by me. As mentioned in the intro, I said I was doing this, and I said that it wasn't for nothing. So there was some good stuff in this run. It's 14 hours long. And it was an improvement by like 12 minutes, I think. But it can be more, so I will improve this at some point. Here's something funny. There was I'm not sure if it's before or after this point, but someone said, "Hey, why do you use the missiles on this Apache helicopters as opposed to the minigun, right, to destroy your targets?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I use the rockets because they're insta-kill, and the minigun it takes a while to kill, and then sometimes the kills aren't registered, and you have to wait and stuff." And right as I said, these rockets are insta-kill, I blew myself up with them.
Yeah, it was so good. There's like a clip of it that Twitch kept harassing me to watch. I'll find the clip and I'll link it. There was like, this clip of lots of S is really popular. You should watch it. It's like, fine.
Yeah.
And then I saw it.
It has like 13,000 views or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I got posted on Livestream Fail, but I didn't realize that Livestream Fail gave you that many viewers. Like,
Oh, it does. Yeah, I've had a few of my things on there as well. Yeah, 13,000 plays. I got it. Oh, where's the actual link? There you go. Where's chat? Boom. Bumbling strange grass OS Slioff or something. No,
fits
but yeah,
in.
it's just so good because the second you say it, you blow yourself out. It's
Yeah.
so good. It looks like you just shoot the little crappy trees that like spawn and stuff.
Oh, I think I was just too low. Like when it happened, I thought, what? I was high enough. But like looking back at it, Oh no, it
Yeah.
was close. I think had I been only
Oh.
slightly higher, I would have gotten away with it. It was
Yeah.
so good. It was.
I guess it's
it
because
was
you
just
like
so
go up.
funny. Like I couldn't even be mad at that point. And at that point, I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna finish this run no matter what happens."
It's too
Yeah.
perfect. It's too perfect.
I mean, it's not too bad in 100%, right? Because you keep your weapons after that point.
Yeah, exactly. So
So it wasn't like run killing when that happened.
yeah,
But yeah, it was pretty funny. But other than that, S did a really good job. Didn't just do bad things. Anything else to talk about it? Did you not mess up the train this time?
I did not. I actually nailed
Good.
it pretty much. You're supposed to ride a train really fast, and then stop for the train station, right? And usually, like, knowing when to start braking for the train station can get a bit tricky, right? Because you don't want to overshoot it, but you don't also want to stop in front of a train station. But there's like 10 or 12 stops I need to make. And apart from one of them, I think I nailed all 11 of them. Or like 11 of the 12, I think I nailed to like the meter.
Nice.
So that was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Cool. Yeah, then. So if you want to watch S play San Andreas for 13 and a half hours,
Yes, I am
Anyone
in the
wants to do
process of uploading it to YouTube. I have uploaded it to YouTube, but I forgot to crop off the 1 hour reset at the start. So I have to re-upload it without that.
you can crop on YouTube.
Yeah,
You don't
YouTube
need to
didn't give
re-upload.
it to me. It said
Oh.
I can do it. I guess the video is too long and YouTube just
Oh.
doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah, if it's over 2 hours, it won't let you edit it. Yeah, and I think you're a little bit over 2 hours. So.
Only slightly.
Oh dear.
Oi.
Okay. The next game is a game that we talk about all the time. I think mostly because of me. But this is
Ugh.
this is Doom. I think you're playing it. I can't see. It's Doom 2016, any percent. I hope you can find the right Doom. Yes.
Yeah, it's loading the page.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Am I losing
Yeah.
frames? I am not losing frames. Okay.
Nah, it's just speedrun.com's kind of slow.
Yeah, let me scroll down. Speedrun.com. Very good. It's finally loaded. Anyway, Doom. 13th of
Oh.
May 2016. Here we go.
You got it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So this is Doom any percent. You know, the Doom 2016, the game that just came out. It's been in a load of marathons. It's been really popular and stuff. There's lots of cool physics glitches in it and whatnot, where they like jump on a rail and they go flying into the sky and crap. But it's just a great game for it. It's like a AAA game
Ooh.
that's about fast-paced movement in an FPS. We haven't had one of those in ages, so it's a great fit for speedrunning, and the glitches and
What?
the physics in it is just making. Oh, you're watching the rail? Yeah. I'm looking at it on the delay. Yeah, holy crap! Yeah, you
That
just
is
go
so good.
straight up in the sky. Yeah, apparently it's caused by an animation glitch. He tries to like jump and climb down the rail at the same time, and it makes you fly up in the sky. I think that was the explanation I remember. But yeah, it's a great glitch for the run, and you can just get out of bounds in other ways as well. You don't need rails. There's like at one point you get like the laser cannon. I can't remember what it's called, the gas cannon or something. And if you like jump and shoot it, it like propels you backwards. So you got like really fast movement with that, and you can get out of bounds with it and stuff like that. And you can like rocket jump, and it's just great to watch. And yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's a run I want to learn at some point. I'd love to. You need to get 200 FPS in it though, in order to do the rail glitch.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know if my computer could stream it at the same time. With I don't want to like stream 5 pixels of it, so
Yeah.
because it's really fast paced. So yeah, like what S is watching now, just getting out of bounds. Even you don't need the rail. You just use this gun. But yeah, it's a good speed run. It's a really good speed run. It's a speed run of a AAA game that's really good. It's great.
Yeah, it does look really nice to speedrun. I wasn't that interested in like the game itself, just because I'm not interested. But like the speedrun of it looks pretty good. I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch it at some point.
Yeah, the game itself is good as well. I played it casually when it came out. But yeah, the actual speed run. Oh yeah, that the gun he was just using, the insta kill gun. It like it's this projectile that flies through the sky, and anything in range it like zaps and does tons of damage to it. So it insta kills most things, and it does a ton of damage to bosses. Well, there's this glitch where if you open your weapon wheel, I think it is, it slows down time of the game. So if you shoot the big projectile thing, get it next to a boss, and then open your weapon wheel, it stays there, but it still damages them at the correct rate. So you just instantly kill every boss, which is good because the bosses are the only slow-paced thing in this game. So you could just instantly kill everything. Yeah, just get past it. It's great. There's like a few instances of it used. I don't know where. The one you just showed us, that wasn't a boss, but yeah, that was the gun.
Yeah, I guess it looked like a boss to me.
Yeah, well, no, there's bigger things in this game.
Is this a boss?
I'm waiting to see it.
Charges
yes,
up.
it is boss.
That looks like a
he'll
boss.
probably.
Oh, yeah, it has its
there
own health bar as well. Oh wow, yeah. The weapon wheel, like right here.
I think it's weapon wheel I use. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So you can see it just like slows down and it just floats there. Yeah.
That
So
is
dumb.
amazing.
But yeah, it's good that it's in the game because otherwise the boss fights would be really slow. So can't complain. It's not like you're skipping fun content or anything. It's just you cycle the boss round and round. He does the same thing each time. It would be really dull. So yeah, there you go. That's
Nice.
Doom. Great speedrun of a AAA game, and I won't stop talking about it. Oh yeah, the runner said in their description, crazy time would have been 34.0x if my end game didn't train wreck. It's still a crazy run. I don't know how I played so well up to this point. So there you go. Right, so the next run, the last one for this week, because we couldn't find anything else, because SGDQ, is Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, all crystal stars, which is kind of like 100%. I guess it's all collectibles, but like the actual real category, not. I guess maybe it's like intended percent, like 120
Yeah, I think it's
star.
intended percent.
Yeah.
I think it's more closer to 70.
Oh yeah, 70 star. Sorry, yeah, I don't know Super Mario 64. 120 stars, 100%, isn't it? 70 star is intended percent. Yeah. Yeah. So this is that, and Yoshizilla got a record in it, and this is obviously a really popular speed game. This category looks not so popular since most of the runs are from 11 months ago. But hey, we get to talk about. Thousand Year Door, and there wasn't much else that wasn't like some anime game or people are speedrunning mobile games now. Do you know that? The stuff we have to filter through. Do you want to watch Temple Run 2 1,000 meters? Do you want to watch that?
Look, I mean, to be perfectly honest, like I'm sure the people who are doing it are putting in a lot of effort and all that, but no, I don't.
Yeah. No, I don't want to watch it. They can put all the effort in they want, but I don't want to watch it. Yeah, Thousand Year Door. This is Paper Mario, where you can you're a paper and you're like paper thin and stuff. There's a few crazy glitches in this. I'm not sure if they're used in this category, and I know I'm not too familiar with this game at all anyway. But I know.
I watched this at one of the earlier GDQs, like a GDQ 2013 or something. And there was this boss or something, I don't know, and he was just jumping on his head the entire time, like up and down on his head, and people were just counting like 1, 2, like the entire room was just counting, and then at some point like he killed the boss or something, and it was just big cheering. That's the only bit I remember of this game.
I think that's like I think it's every time you bounce on the boss, because the combat is like it's turn based, but you have like inputs. You know, when you played like RPGs as a kid, you'd always spam the button to make it do more damage, even though it didn't. Well, in this game, it actually does. If you like press A or jump or whatever, as soon as you hit the guy's head, you can chain the jumping. I think so. That's what they were counting. It's like every time he successfully got, it's probably like a 5-frame window or something, intendedly large. But yeah, it was still good. I think that was Super Mario RPG, but this is the same thing. Nintendo made Super Paper Mario because Square Enix didn't want to make Super Mario RPG anymore, so they They like this is basically the sequel to those games, right? They just changed the theme of it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Don't know what else to say. I don't know anything about this game.
No.
It's a good game, and I'm sure it's a good speedrun. It's actually one of the interesting RPGs. And Mario is currently fighting himself, and it's a bit confusing, but hey. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the runner said, Run had mistakes, but glad to get world record back within 2 days. So there is a bit of a world record fight. There you go.
Nice.
And yeah, that's it for this week, I guess.
That was
That
all
was
the records for this week. Wow, we still filled like an hour with news. I thought that we didn't have a lot of news and a lot of records, and it was like, oh,
Says GDQ.
40 minutes, right? And we're gonna be done with this, but it's an entire hour. Wow, good job, us.
Yay!
Anyway, if you saw all records that we didn't cover and we should have, then we're sorry, but you could have told us about it. But that sounds really mean. I didn't mean to say it like that. But, let us know in case, like, for the next time, because we will miss that. We will miss most of our records, and we don't know a lot about most games. So do submit using our submission form. That works. Do I say anything else at this point?
That's about it, yeah. If you see any other generic speedrunning news as well, you can tell us on our Discord.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, RT, I've got it, you got it? RTC Discord?
Hey.
Yeah, there you go. I've done that before.
Switching
so yeah,
roles around.
we have like a research section. So most of the news we covered this week was from the research section.
Yeah.
Let us know about anything cool you find, and we'll probably cover it.
And yeah, for
We
all
won't credit
records,
you,
it doesn't even have to be your own. If you just see a cool record by someone else, then let us know.
Yeah, there you go. You forgot to split, I think, yes.
Well, it was not on in the spotlight section.
Oh,
so,
okay, alright.
I mean, like,
Fun.
we should make a buffer split. That's something for our rebranding that we're going to do. Anyway, let's get to the reason why we have Softman on this week.
Yeah.
And that is the Australian Speedrun Marathon. Is it?
So yeah. Australian speedrun.
I think so. You tell me.
Australian Speedster Marathon. There you go.
Yeah. Oh Jesus! Don't get started again.
So yeah, we normally cover games in this section, but we've done marathons a few times. We always get the organisers on, who are always like really stressed out because it's a week or less before the event. So it's always a terrible time to have people on. But
And I'm out of coffee.
you're out of coffee. Okay, we can stay awake with talking. So tell us all about ASM. I like what you did with the title. You forgot marathon though, but it won't fit, will it?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us all about the Australian speed something marathon. Like start with how it started. You get notes, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
While I turn the light on, be right back.
Yeah. So like ASM's like weird because like see you go to America and you're like you go to GDQ, or you don't go to GDQ, whatever, like it's whatever. And you've got things like NASA that's formed, and they're sort of supplementary events and whatever. But in Australia, like if you want to go to GDQ in Australia, like easily $3,000 plus, because like do you want to get a plane out of Australia at all? That's a lot of money. and then there's all the other costs associated. But like the plane ticket's the big one because we're so far away from everything. So the sort of, I don't want to say the Australian speedrunning community, because as we found out through the Antichamber run and many other runs as well, like the Australian people who are Australian that speedrun, oh yeah, there's lots and lots and lots and lots. But like the community itself, very fractured, very I don't want to say small, but small, I don't want to say small, but small, if that makes sense. Because I mean, the other thing is, if you know about Australian geography, like every capital city Like, I don't know how it is in other countries. I really don't. But like, it's the old gag. If you're in Europe, you should just sort of pop to the next country. You don't
Yeah.
do that in Australia. Like, popping to the next country is like popping to the next city in Australia. So it's very, very difficult to get things organized. And like, before ASM started, there were a few people who were like, blah 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 blah, let's do a thing. Oh wait, suddenly we need a venue, suddenly we need this, suddenly we need that, and nothing ever really followed through. In 2014, with our AVCon, the Adelaide Anime and Video Game Festival, it was convention back then, but now it's festival. In Adelaide, because Adelaide's basically a small country town. It's the capital city of South Australia, so it's supposed to be a big deal, but we're a small country town. Like, we all know that. And so AVCon, one of the social clubs I hang out with, a lot of the people there were involved with the game side of AVCon. It was like, hey, do you want to do a panel? We need some panels. Do a panel. I know you're in speedrun. Do a panel. I'm like, fine, I guess I can do a panel. So we did the panel, and it was really well received. And so it was like, hey, why don't we do a marathon thing? And I'm like, I guess I can. We'll see what's what. So I put out some submissions and like expressions of interest, and there were a bunch of people who were really interested, and it sort of just went from there. 2015, we did an event just at AVCon. We ran 2 stations, only one of them being streamed. That ran really well. Everyone really loved it. They loved getting together because it was like the first time that someone had done an event and gotten everyone together. And the event was great. As I said, everyone loved sort of meeting up. In 2016, I got put on some people at the University of South Australia. Their people in the media side of things were sort of looking to go into the whole, I don't want to say modern, because that insinuates that they weren't modern, but like the sort of new age internet, newfangled technologies and things like streaming. Because apparently it's a really, really big deal, at least in Australia, to sort of like, stream everything. So they wanted to sort of get involved with it. And I knew a guy who knew a guy. And I got put on to the guy, and he's the person at UniSA Media, and he was a really good guy. He knows who he is. And then his boss, the studio manager as well, also a really good bloke. He also knows who he is. And we just sort of went from there. And so in 2016, we did an event both at the University of South Australia, which was really, really good, and then also again at AFCON, which was also really, really good because we sort of learned our lessons from 2015. Whereas 2016, UniSA, we're still sort of finding our feet. So 2017, we're really, really super, super, super excited for, because we've sort of learned all our lessons that we can learn. So now we've sort of gotten all the baby steps out of the way. We've really tried to hammer down on all the refinements, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it sounds like the sort of startup of a lot of marathons. Like ESA Germany is a similar thing. Everyone's sick of traveling all the way to Sweden, just wanted to go to Germany instead. It's a bit closer, so they started their own one. Yeah, that's awesome. Like, how big is Australia? I've not actually seen because you say your capitals are all really far away from each other. I guess because you're all on the coast.
They have a bunch of cities on the East Coast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the Eastern Coast isn't so bad, because it's like you got Sydney. I think it's I don't know anything about the East Coast. I just don't like them. So the gag is everyone in South Australia doesn't like everyone else, and no one likes South Australia because we're all a bunch of snobby bastards. That's the gag. You just learn some Australian bands. All right. So I don't know anything about the East Coast, and that's actually legit because I just really don't care. So I think it's like Brisbane, Sydney. So you've got like up here, you sort of got Brisbane. Wait, hold on. I think everything's reversed on camera, so I have to use my left hand.
Yeah.
So you got like sort of Brisbane up here, and then you've got Sydney down here, and then you sort of got Melbourne down like here-ish.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and Tasmania doesn't exist. Yeah. But then so you got those three, and that's sort of fine. But then you've sort of got Adelaide all the way over, sort of like here, and then you've got Perth all the way over there, off camera. And you've got Darwin all the way up there, and then it's just like, and then there's the rest of Western Australia, which is like all over. I don't know where I am anymore. Like here, it's just a mess. It's just an absolute mess.
Yeah. So you're all on the coast.
I talked to AMVX, who is from Perth, and said, are you going to ASM? And he said, no, it's like on the other side of the country. It's like traveling to a different continent from me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm really disappointed that he can't come because because we got together at in 2015. We also went over to PAX Oz, and I'll talk about this a bit later in a bit later, probably. But we did a panel there at 2015 because a lot of the people at AVCOM sort of involved the people at PAX, and it was like blah 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 blah, and suddenly we're doing a panel. So we did a panel at PAX, and that was really good. Like that was a packed house because like no one had really done speedrunning stuff at PAX before. So like we did a Mario 16 star race on the Sunday, and we literally had to turn people away. And then we got to delay the panel for like 45 minutes because of tech issues.
Oh,
It was so depressing. It wasn't that bad. Like it all worked out in the end. It all did work out, and as I said, it was super hype. And yeah, and we so yeah, we're disappointed that he can't rock up. But there's a lot of people who are able to rock up, so that's really.
So when's South Australia speedrun marathon, and then the other
there's
ones?
There's like two people here.
Oh, okay.
So,
There's like me, and then 20 miles down the road there's Fred, and that's kind of it.
so how many people are you expected at the event?
So in regards to like people we're bringing on like on purpose, I know as a fact that I ordered 45 exhibitor passes for AVCon. So that's people who've done me a big favor in regards to the event. And then anyone who's doing a run at all, or anyone who's doing just hosting, which is like 1 or 2 people. Because the people who are just doing hosting but not runs, that's a small pool. So it's basically anyone who's doing a run. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that anyone who's doing a run and anyone who's hosting is about 40 people. So it's not, it's not some huge number. We're not GDQ, we're not ESA, but we're not small either. We're getting there. And this is definitely exponential growth from 2016, 2015. I know like last year I got about 70 hours of submissions, 70-ish. This year we got about 110, and that's not including anything I can provide because I can't be bothered filling out my own forms, to be honest.
Cool.
Nice. Yeah, that's growing steadily then.
Yeah, exponential growth. I think most marathons do sort of experience that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think ESA 2013 was still really small, and then 14 was like moderate
Too big.
and then too big for the venue, and then 15 I think it just exploded.
And then we have an entire like football stadium sort of thing.
Yeah, hockey stadium.
Yeah, that's
Hockey stadium.
ridiculous, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So in 2 years maybe you'll have to rent a hockey
maybe.
stadium as well.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Cricket court. I don't know what do you have in Australia.
Is it cricket oval? Thank you.
Cricket oval. Okay, all right.
Yeah. This indoor cricket trap.
I'm gonna open up the schedule and have a look while we talk about
Oh
this
yeah, the
stuff.
schedule. So
Yeah, you have the schedule? I'm pretty sure I sent you a
Yes.
link.
I do
Alex.
have it. Yes.
Honestly, was it short? I know.
Where is it? I need to figure out
So
where I
you,
put it. There it is.
so yeah, you start with Uni SA, and then
Yeah.
then a couple of days later you have AVCon and 2 streams of AVCon.
Yeah, so we're doing 2 stations again at AVCon. Basically, the reason is like, because at AVCon, because it's a convention, a lot of the things we do are very constrained by that. So one of the big things, and everyone complains about the damn audio at the convention. They say the same thing to everyone. It's a convention. It's very loud there. Everything we do is to make sure that everyone else doesn't hear the entire convention. So if the audio is a bit meh, it's because you don't hear everything else that's here. And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate though. Like it is really unfortunate. Because obviously it would be just stronger to have just like sort of encased audio and sort of like a little studio. But it's a convention. We work with what we've got. But sorry, I sidetracked myself there a bit. Sidetracked myself there super hard. So at AVCon we can only be open, like we can't be there overnight because the Adelaide Convention Centre staff will boot us out.
Yeah.
So we can't do that. So we've got about, I think it's, if at my last count, it was like 17 hours or something. Like at the venue, it's like 10 and yeah, it's about 17 hours. So if we like in 2015, especially, like it's like okay, well we're gonna run a 17-hour marathon. It's like no, it's not even worth coming down for that really. So it's like all right, we'll double it. We've got a lot of people on site, and so like a lot of our focus is like whilst we're doing the whole stream and we're not like not focusing on the stream, we're also very much trying to cater for the people who are walking by, which is a big deal because there are a lot of cool people there, and that's cool. So we're trying to cater for those people. But if we've got like 17 hours, so we double that, and suddenly it's a lot more worth for people to come down. This year I had to schedule for, I think it was about 68 hours and then some setups. So I took that about 110 hours down to 68. Yeah, so
Okay, that's a lot. Yeah.
yeah.
Was it a lot of submissions by the same people, or did you have a lot of different people interested?
There were a few submissions that were the same people, and there were a lot of submissions that did sort of go and there's suddenly 10 hours gone because they were giant submissions. A lot of people, because in the past I've basically said, sort of, we don't have many hours, so if you submit your 8-hour game, like generally speaking, I like having one really long game for the overnight stay at UniSA thing, because then like we don't have to make as many people stay up.
Yeah.
That's for them, but we'll bring them like drinks and stuff, so it's fine. Keep them fed so they don't die. What was I gonna say? You can tell the night is eating me. I've totally lost my. Sorry, you're gonna have to ask another question. I've totally lost what I was saying.
Oh yeah, how many different people are you attending?
That's right. How many different people? Sorry, thank you. Thank you. So it was there were a lot of repeat submissions. Like I sort of just kept most of my games. Like I sort of knew what I wanted to do, but I just sort of kept them all in reserves. Like if we got lots of submissions, like way more than what we actually got, I would have just left myself as backup.
Yeah.
But for the most part, a lot of people were just submitting one game. A couple of people, like I had to cut completely. I tried to get as many people in as possible because I think, as I said, it's all about the fact that nothing else going on in Australia. We're kind of quote unquote it. So hey, we need to be inclusive here. However, by the same token, we've also got PAX. I'll talk about PAX later. Because I do a tag team with Astrius, who some people may know. But yeah, as I said to these two, he decided it was going to be too late to do a podcast at 4 a.m.
4 a.m., man, come on.
I don't get it. I personally don't get it. But yes, there were a lot of different people, and a few people I said I had to cut because they only submitted one game, and it was really long. Or there was one person who I was really, really sad about because they submitted Diablo 2. But they were only available on the Saturday and the Sunday. And the one thing we're doing this year is we're not doing MA. Australian classification is MA 15 plus for like adult games. So we're not doing any of those at AvCon, so we can come out from behind the barriers because blah 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 classification laws. But it was only available. They were only available on the Saturday Sunday. So I was like, well, actually, I can't do that. It doesn't work. So you're just what do you do? And as I said, there were a few other people because as I said, there were a lot of submissions, and we had to slice them out somehow. So, which always sucks.
So what you're saying is you've got all the adult games on the first one, UniSA.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, we just front loaded it. And it was really good because we could. It was fantastic.
Exactly. Should we actually go through the schedule as well? Do you have any? I know you're the organizer and you shouldn't, but do you have any favorites? Don't say yourself.
No. Look, I really don't. Like it's to be. Look, and I'm being deadly serious here. I just don't have the time to have a favorite. I really don't.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Like most of the time, we're doing posting schedule, of course. I'm doing a lot less than I was last year because last year I had to do my run on the Thursday afternoon, and I almost died live on stream, and that was really unfortunate. Super unfortunate. Because I was, at that point I'd been on for over 24 hours because I had to get to Uni SA at. Oh, that's a funny story. I'll tell a funny story now because it's a really good story. I love this story.
Okay, go
It's
on.
like my only funny story about Uni SA last year. So we did the event same days last year, not same dates, but same days. So the Wednesday, Thursday, and then the Saturday, Sunday. So on the Tuesday, I said, hey, everyone should come down to Uni SA if you're in Adelaide now. We'll do some testing, make sure everything's working. All good, yeah, no problems there. All pretty reasonable stuff, no problems. Now it was a bit windy, it was a bit wet, no problems. Weather's a bit bad. That's just Adelaide. That's just Adelaide Wednesday. It's cold, it's wet, it's raining. Fine, no surprises. So we get a bunch of people down, and we've got it's like 10 people there, and we're like, hey, we're still just setting up things up, just give us 2 minutes, we'll start bringing someone in. And so the first person, I remember because it was worst, I just distinctly remember them sitting down going, okay, what should I test? And then power goes out. And so we're like, this is weird. This is a university. So what happens, as it turns out, as we found out in about 10 minutes from now, a tree had actually fallen down and taken out the entire block.
Oh my god. That's
so we're sitting there
ridiculous.
like, this is problematic. So we go to security and it's like, you're going to get the power back, right? And it's like, well, we're going to call the powers. And like, yeah, that's pretty reasonable. And so they call and it's like, well, not before midnight.
Oh my god.
This was about 3:30 p.m. and it's just like, okay. So we go back to the studio and everyone's like, well, everyone was thankfully really good about it because, obviously they realized that I didn't do this on purpose. So everyone was pretty good, and I'm very thankful for all of that. But yeah, so we sort of go back, and a couple of other people who are at Uni SA doing stuff, and it's like, oh, when should we come in tomorrow? Because we still have to settle this stuff up. Because there's so much we hadn't done. It was like, 5 a.m. It's like, I'm thinking maybe 3:30 a.m. Okay, so suddenly, then I have to go to an AvCon meeting. Because I still needed to make sure everything was going on there. So I go. So I'm home at about midnight. And that tree, I swear, if I ever find that tree, I'm gonna blow it up. I swear to God.
Jesus.
My God, it was just it's just the most ridiculous thing to possibly happen.
Yeah,
I really hope
plan
it
for
doesn't.
that.
And you know what the best part is? I don't even have to exaggerate that story. It's just so good.
Like a literal
So-
tree falling over and knocking out power.
Literal tree. Oh my God. And the best part
God.
was it was just that block. You walked a couple of streets down and they had power.
I guess everything in
Jesus.
Australia does try to kill you or your power.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Even the trees
it's-
are out to get you.
Mm.
For God's sake. Oh,
Yeah. so
Jesus. Okay, so
It
that's
is- it is-
totally not going to happen this time, right?
that was totally not going to happen. It's not happening.
Right, sure. Great story. Shall we have a look at the schedule? I like that. So we'll start with Uni SA, I guess. So this is where all the you start with on the 19th, which, by the way, is exactly 7 days from now. So we'll have to give you a
Yeah.
shout out when we do the next episode. I was just looking at the times. It's like you start at 1 a.m., but of course, some different time zone. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I
Um,
believe we're starting in exactly 6 days and 5 hours.
Yes.
Nice.
That's probably correct for you. Yeah. Yeah. You got Mike Tyson's Punch Out. They're not doing it blindfolded, are they?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll have to check that. I don't think so though.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Oh, you got Crash Bandicoot 3 in there, any percent. No item glitch. That's pretty good. You guys have any picks? Have a look for it.
Half-Life DK
Ooh.
by
Yeah.
Sigrid.
Hey.
Isn't that a co-op game?
It is also a co-op game, but you can play it solo.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because I had to set it up, so I sort of learned a bit about it. Not too much, because I'm not first. If you're playing it solo, you press like the G key and you can swap between the characters. I think you can also technically do that in co-op as well. That was a funny one because apparently, as it turns out, so the runner Shig had to have a certain amount of stuff unlocked for the run. Apparently, I don't know specifics about it, and apparently you couldn't just transfer a save file. Apparently, it was like registry locked or something.
Right.
I'm just sitting there like, what the, like what? So he's like, okay, you know what I'll do? We'll just set up a co-op game, and I'll just play through the game and unlock the things I need to unlock. And so I'm just sitting there at like 4 p.m. and he's just like, okay, we've got this game, we're in it. You just don't do anything, and I'll do everything, and everything will be alright. So I'm just sitting there, just like watching like the second player who's just standing in random locations, just like do the things.
Flip it out.
That was
Registry locked saves. God damn it, Valve. Like, what the
I
hell?
don't have a clue. Like I'm not even sure if it's actually that, but it was something really, really weird that just couldn't be transferred from just like their computer.
I think Half-Life DK isn't. It's not on Steam, which is weird. I'm not even sure if it's original for PC. Like it might be some sort of emulated.
Yeah, I think it was something like I think it was something like a PS2 or an Xbox game or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
For some PlayStation, but I know that like Valve for their games, they just store their save files, like where the game is installed. I think, well, at least in the Steam, like obviously, but because this isn't actually a PC game.
Yeah,
this makes sense.
Yeah, this is weird. But whatever, we solved that problem.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. I got another pick here. Liquid Wi-Fi, someone we talk about a lot, doing Simpsons Hit and Run or story missions.
Yeah, Liquid's a really cool guy.
Yeah, he is. He's unfortunately I never get to watch his streams because Australia, but we talk about his runs all the time, and he's going ham on Simpsons Hit and Run. So if you could have anyone to do that game, he is the best person. So that's definitely going to be a highlight.
Yeah, and it's going to be great seeing him again because last year when he came down, I just didn't really get to see much of him, which was really unfortunate because I'm never doing that again. So yeah, hopefully this year I'll be able to chill with everyone a bit more. And yeah, someone chat. Yeah, it's in Adelaide, South Australia.
Yeah, South Australia sounds funny.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, then you've also got Raikio. I know it's Pokemon, I can't pronounce it. They're doing Digimon World any percent. They're the world record holder for that as well. They got that record recently. We've covered that game a few times,
Yes, we have.
It's a really interesting RPG, so that would be a really good run. And it's at 7:30 a.m. for me, so I will actually be able to watch that.
Nice.
So I'm gonna mark that in my to-do list right now.
Nice.
Thursday the 20th. I say that I'm not gonna be at home, aren't I? I'm gonna be. Never mind. I'll watch a VOD. I'm gonna be traveling then.
Yeah, that's a funny story as well. So we got some shirts done this year at ASM. For ASM, because something, someone had an idea, and I was like, someone was just like, hey, I'll just organize it all. You go ahead, fine, whatever. So you get them all printed, and it's got like everyone's name on the back, because we don't actually have enough names, so we can do that. And his name gets printed out as Pycow. P. And it's just like, that's not good. So he's Pycow forever now.
Pycow.
He'll probably get a Twitch name change in a while, but
How did that happen? Can't he just draw on a little R like the?
I don't know. It's whatever. Like the people who are doing us the t-shirts doing a really good deal. So
fair enough. Yeah.
They're cool people. Like they're really like I'm legit. They are cool people. So it's just an honest error. And it's really funny. So
it's not the worst mistake. It's only one letter, and it's not rude or anything. So sure.
Exactly.
All right. Let's have a look at Avcon Station 1. Ooh, Undertale. That's a strong start. Jesus.
Submitting Undertale. It's one of those runs I've sort of never seen, so it's actually going to be really interesting, because like, I had to buy the game, of course. All this stuff's mostly just running through my PC, and the Station 2 is running through a mate's PC, because like Australia, like I'm not sure how it works everywhere else, but Australia, like the key maxim is I know a guy. So like that's basically how I'm running everything. I know a guy, and then I get some stuff. Like we needed 2 capture cards because we were running 2 stations. I know a guy, so I borrow it from him. So yeah, it's just that forever. So yeah, so I had to
Yeah.
buy Undertale. So I think I own Undertale 0 minutes in it. It's gonna be funny watching all these Steam games that get played. I'm gonna get like 100 achievements because they're all through my account. These
Yeah.
games that I've never played.
Oh dear.
But yeah, that should be a good run.
Yeah. Then you've got Final Fantasies after that. You also have on Saturday you've got Mike89 doing Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Ooh, that's a big name.
Yeah, that'll be really good. So there you go, Sonic 3 is a good speedrun actually, the one with Knuckles in it. And then you got MST with Ocarina of Time, which is the best category, I think.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good category, I know that. So that'll be really good. 2.5 hours.
That'll be a good day, yeah.
Yeah, it's this perfect for like a event sort of thing. Because if it was just any percent, everyone would be really mad you skipped everything. If it was glitched, everyone would be like, "Oh, why is this a glitch and stuff?" But just this is perfect, right balance. It's very good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of MST events personally. Mikami, who was an absolute champ, has been in like 4 bloody categories or something. And I'm just like, okay, I get like, I'm like, that is literally like my dream because it's like, I need to fill a slot. I mean, I'd like to do MST, like that's my, that's my number one. But you know what? If push comes to shove and something goes wrong, I could just drop down to this other thing. And it's like, oh my, it's so beautiful, it's so easy. It's like, God. Fortunately, as I said, I was able to just go for MST. So like, because as I said, I think MST is great for that sort of thing. We are doing a little stage event, which won't. I think it might be streamed, but I have absolutely no idea. It's not by us anyway. So. And AvCon, we are going to do any percent on the stage because it just blows everyone's mind, and that's great. So
yeah, exactly. Good stuff. All right. Yeah, and then I guess on Station 2, which is happening at the same time, isn't it? Yeah, exactly the same time. Yeah. We've got Super Monkey Ball. Hey, that's pretty good. Master levels.
Wow.
Yeah, bar is a bit of a staple at ASM now. I was a little because submissions were obviously open for a while. I was a little afraid he wasn't going to submit because he sort of submitted near the end, and I was really afraid we wouldn't have a monkey ball wrong because he does a great job. Last year I ended up doing Last year I got roped into commentary because it was sort of just like, hey, I'm like, I don't know a thing about this game, but I'm going to try because my entire knowledge of the game is sitting behind our setup in 2015 watching him practice. So I just sat there and just commentated. It was such a good run because he does such a good job.
Yeah.
And he's consistent, which is just so beautiful, so beautiful.
Yeah, awesome. And then you've Mike89 again doing Rocket Knight Adventures. I haven't actually heard of that game.
No.
It's I think it's a Mega Drive game. I think.
Yeah, it is Sega Mega Drive.
Yeah, we did a little launch party for our schedule. This was a few months ago, and he did a hard mode there, which is you can't get hit at all by any enemies. That was so good. Oh my god, that was so good.
Wow.
No hard mode this time. I don't even think it's going to be a donation incentive, which is unfortunate. But as far as I'm aware, he decided that it was going to be a bit too much because life and all that. And I'm like, damn, that's unfortunate, but I get it. I could have bullied it into it, but it's not worth it.
All right, and then you got Pokemon Snap. That's always a good laugh. Super Mario 64, 120 star. That would be pretty good. Right.
Yeah, by the
right at that night. Yeah. Right. So that's like your big one for that night.
Yeah.
That'll draw a lot of people in. And then the next day you got Crash Bandicoot 2, 100%. Wow, that's pretty good. Hyperlight Drifter.
I like Firewatch. I'm interested in that. I haven't played it, but it seems like a weird speedrun to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, it's one of those like physics-based sort of things.
Yeah, it's like a walking sim, but it's like puzzles and physics. Yeah.
That might be interesting.
Yeah, and then you finale with Super Mario World 96 Exit. That's a really good one as well. That'll be really good to watch at the event. I hope you do blow a lot of people's minds. They're just walking past.
Yeah, we're really hoping that as well.
Yeah, I've only ever been to one like event speedrun sort of thing, and the people that just walking past because they're all like kids or like for YouTubers and stuff. You're just blowing all these guys' minds. It was great. It's the best part. So yeah, that's the schedule. Pretty good schedule. It's like you haven't got Hmm. Yeah, especially with the dual stream, you can like pick what you want.
Yeah, that's the other thing I really like about the dual stream.
Yeah, if you don't like Crash Bandicoot 2, then you can just watch New Super Luigi.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Cool.
that sounds
All right
perfect.
then. Yeah. So you said you had donation incentives. I guess you have a charity, right?
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're raising money for Beyond Blue, which is a
Beyond Blue.
Australian charity trying to combat the effects and stigma of mental illness. One of our main criteria in choosing a charity was that it was Australian.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can definitely appreciate the sort of GDQ, go international with things like MSF. And, MSF's obviously a great charity and all that, but for sort of the Australian thing, we wanted to really keep it focused on Australia, and I don't think anyone's going to be too unhappy about that.
Do you have any runners from New Zealand? Because I saw in your Discord that you had the role for it, but I'm not sure if it was actually used or not.
No, I think one person currently has that tag. No, I don't think that's on purpose. It's just not that many people from New Zealand who, because again, it's also the whole thing. You got to cross the pond. And it's just a pain, big pain. But yeah, so no, we think Beyond Blue is a good choice. I mean, obviously, the big problem, and this is one I can't comment on. Again, I can't comment on other people, but I know this is one we definitely faced, was sort of choosing a charity, because obviously there's so many out there that do a really good job in lots of different fields, and so it's by choosing this one, you sort of by implication going, oh, I don't really like that one. That's not what we mean. That's not what we mean. We swear. But in the end, we just sort of bashed it around a bit. A couple of people were like, hey, Beyond Blue sounds good. And it's like, hey, does anyone have a problem with Beyond Blue? It's like, no one really raised an objection. A few people raised other suggestions, but then it's sort of, everyone's sort of got their own idea, and I can respect that. I can definitely respect that. You take it on board. It's sort of hard to make a decision when everyone's sort of going, I want blah, 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 in all different directions, and it's tough. But we sort of got there in the end, and we sort of got everyone behind it. So as I said, I think the general consensus Beyond Blue is a great Australian charity, and we're really proud to support them.
Did you contact them at all, or are you just external?
Yeah. I can't comment on the laws in other countries, like basically everything else. I can't comment on things in other countries. But in Australia, you do sort of have to have a not a contract, but sort of like an authorization to fundraise for people, officially. So we did contact them and go through the motions, and it's not like they decline. It's just you got to go through the motions, fill out the paperwork, and there's no problems. And every now and then, one of their representatives gets in contact with me through the ASM email. And it's like, hey, is everything going okay? And it's just a couple of minor things, whenever we use their logo, they just ask to see how we use it. Make sure we're not doing silly things, and
understandably,
fine.
yeah.
And that's good. Yeah, and that's all good. We're also really just on that general note, we're also definitely really thankful to Avcon and UniSA, because without them the event doesn't really run. They do a lot for us. UniSA helps us out with some equipment loans, obviously the space, and UniSA even pitches in for some equipment loans for the Avcon weekend, which is really good, because they don't have to, but they do anyway.
Wow.
Which is it's really good, and I think that's really positive. And obviously Avcon gives us the space and a lot of tech and a lot of help with that. And also to Twitch, we just a couple of days ago we actually just finalized some negotiations there, and so they're helping out a bit as well. And obviously we're really thankful to Twitch as well, because again, as I said, they're helping out, and they're going to make they're sort of helping out on sort of more of a side track. But it's also really good because they're more focusing on the the attendee experience, which is something that's really important that we've sort of, I wouldn't say we've been neglecting, but it's not something we've been focusing on. So they're going to be providing indirectly, they're going to be providing a bus, because the university isn't in the city, in the CBD, so it's about 15-20 minutes by drive, but you can't really walk to our location, so it's a bit of a pain last year. A lot of people were sort of getting transport and all that, so they're going to be providing a shuttle bus, which is going to be really strong, and also some catering. So that's something we're really happy with, because as I said to everyone in the ASM Discord, it's something that's just going to overall improve the event, and we're really happy with that. So
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
Awesome. That's pretty good. So you got lots of people helping you. That's great.
yeah.
Yeah, sick. Okay. Have you got any other questions, S? Or have you got anything else to say, Softman?
Generally, no.
No. All right.
I'm happy to
think
get
I
guided
do
through
either.
anything.
Yeah. If chat gets ready for chat Q&A, and then we'll have some final questions. Normally, this is when we ask like all the generic speedrunnery questions. I guess where we can ask you, how did you get into speedrunning? I think that's on your list as well.
See, I was asked this last time. I was chatting with people, and the problem is I had to give the same answer because it's obviously just as true as it is now. Then I actually don't remember. It's like 5 years ago. I really don't remember. I know my first speed game was Mario 64, so the old classic, I'm sure, but I don't actually remember how I got there.
It must probably be something generic then, like you saw a Seglammic or something, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then, you know,
Yeah.
Probably. Look,
like
if I was to take a punch, sure, but I honestly don't remember. It's so unfortunate because it's one of those, as you said, it's a very obvious question. It's a very good one, because it borrows down a bit, but I can't answer it.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's so bad. Yeah, it's so bad.
All right, well, there you go then. Well, don't have any other questions.
no, me neither. Unless I forgot
Alright.
one really obvious one, in which case you're just gonna have to answer it without us asking it, Softman.
Yeah. I mean, I got chat open here. Do you mind if I just sort of take them?
Usually
Yeah.
we read them out and then.
Oh,
and then
go
we
ahead, please.
answer. So let's just start with that. Hold on. Just read the first question while I do all the splitting business and stuff.
Sure. All right, so Wayno's behind me asks, I appreciate people who take efforts to allow the communities to come together with ease without having to spend hundreds of euros just to meet each other people. I said that orally. My question to you is, what do you think the defining feature at ASM that other marathons don't have or do better?
Ooh, that's a good
There you
question.
go.
Yeah, I mean,
Selling
to be
point.
honest, yeah, to be honest, I really generally. I'm going to answer this in two parts. Okay, so
Go on.
wait for the second part before you come up with. Alright, so generally speaking, ASM is, when push comes to shove, just another speedrun marathon. It does very similar. It's got similar steps. There's nothing super special about it. I'm not going to claim that we've got the magic formula for the greatest thing ever. It's a speedrun marathon. But I do think also it has two specific things that I think are really good. One is just the fact that it's in Australia. It's catered for Australians. It's perfect for Australians, as you said. It's it's Australian. It's about making sure people don't have to spend a metric ton of money. Instead, they just have to spend a normal ton to get down and meet up. And the fact that we're having this is I think proof is in the pudding. And also just the fact that I think the people, I mean, I don't know, maybe this is just bias, but I think the people in Australia definitely have a very unique personality, and I think that personality strongly comes through the event. I do think there's something very special about the Australian spirit and banter and all that. I mean, as I said, probably bias if I want to look at it objectively, but there is something about it. I know one of the things, sorry, I'm going to plow on.
All right, go on.
It's fine, yeah.
One of the things we did last year, while I was hosting at least, I wasn't too tired at this point, so I'm pretty sure my decision was pretty level-headed, was through the actual, this was at UniSA, so this was pretty early on, through the actual stream accounts, like the Australian Speedrun Marathon account, or Speedrun Marathon account, Twitch account, we were interacting with chat and sort of, having a bit of a laugh and all that through the hosting station. It was, and I thought it was really good because it was sort of that exact sort of really, communities, so grassrootsy sort of thing. And I think personally I had a positive response. And we intend to do it again this year. So, as I said, interaction from the desk straight out there. a couple of people were like, I don't, I'm not going to name names, of course, but a couple of people were like, I don't think that's very professional, and I would completely agree, and I would say that's the point. We're not super professional, we're not super sanitary. Now, sort of again, it's that community grass, for example, repeating the same phrases, but they're still just as relevant. And that's sort of our focus, so to speak. It's about that community. It's about that engagement. I don't know. I can't think of other words. Too late. Too tired. But other words. Those words are good. Explain generally what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, I don't think for real life meetups like this, I don't think you need to have like a unique selling point sort of thing. Because it's just good to have a local event for people to get together. And like you said, like being Australian itself is like, interesting, and it sounds weird, but you could do that of any country, right? Like Finn Runs is a really good event just because Finnish people are really funny in how they talk and stuff like that. And it's just, that's like your theme, right? Your theme is everyone is Australian, and you all have that sort of personality. That's how it works. So yeah, I think it's fine. Like, just you could have a speedrun and marathon in every country, and it'd be unique enough. So, yeah, I think it's pretty good. And we need lots of smaller events as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I guess, do you want me to read more questions, S?
Yes, you read them for once.
Sure. Okay. Fair enough.
I have them right
Trollbear.
here.
Sorry, you always do it. Trollbear asks, do you have enough coffee for ASM?
The answer is no.
No, never enough coffee.
Will
There
you
you
have
go.
enough coffee?
No. Like, I'm gonna be doing, like, I'm trying to think of how much sleep I'm gonna get. Like, so I'm not getting any sleep now, and I'm gonna be in 5.5 hours. I need to be at UniSA to start setting up for next week. Then next week, Tuesday to Wednesday, I'm probably not going to get much sleep. Wednesday to Thursday, I'm getting no sleep. Thursday to Friday, I'm getting maybe 4 hours. Then the same from Friday to Saturday, and the same from Saturday to Sunday. Like, it's going to be, like... So, no, I don't have enough coffee, is basically it.
Nice.
There's no real other way to say that.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, it's not the question straight after it, but I'll make it work. It's a follow-up question. S asks, how do you like your coffee?
Well, this one that I just had, and I basically have them all like this. 2 coffee, 2 sugar, and then about way too much Milo, which is like a chocolate sort of thing.
Oh, right.
And then heavily white, because I don't actually like bitter anything, but coffee is caffeine, and that's good.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll try that actually, because I don't like coffee either, but maybe putting a load of chocolate in it works. That's a good idea.
Yeah, no, it's basically just, you don't taste coffee really. It's just sort of, it's more like an iced coffee sort of, because I like iced coffee. Iced coffee is good, but it's sort of got that sort of iced coffee sort of, this feels like it's got so much sugar in it that my teeth are going to fall out in 2.5 seconds taste, and it keeps me up a bit, so.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
It.
Yeah. Right, okay, so the next question, Bloodshot Finny asks, what's the toughest run you've learned? I guess that's for all of us. Toughest run we've learned.
Opening speedrun.com/lots.
Yeah, there's an obvious question we never asked. What games do you run, Softman? We never actually asked.
All right. So I run way too many games. I run way too many games non-actively, but I could probably pick them back up like really, really soon. At ASM this year, I was planning on running 2 games, and that may have ballooned out to 4 because I had to fill in some bits because a bunch of people, they said they weren't coming. I scheduled them, then life happens. I get it. It's life. Whatever. You can't do anything about it. Life is a bastard. So I had to fill in. Like I got a couple other people to help, and I just sort of had to fill specific gaps, because that's always the big problem. Like, you think about like a general sort of thing, and you just think, we can just push half an hour back, or we can just push half an hour forward. But with the speedrun thing, you got to fill a very specific amount of time because of the very structured nature. So because I run a lot of games that ended up being of very lengths, that's very helpful in regards to backup. So at ASM, I'm running Return to Castle Wolfenstein, which is a very fun run, which I've been pounding on
pretty recently for the last few months. That's really fun. I'm still like 3-4 minutes off world record in a 45-minute run, which is disgusting, but the world record holder is a beast.
Yeah.
And I happily admit that because it's really good, a really good run. So I unfortunately concede the victory. He's good. What can I say? He's good. Quake, which I'm terrible at. I'm going to make an absolute fool of myself because, like, I think my PB is like 18 minutes or something terrible like that. I'm probably going to play for like 23 minutes. It's going to be acid. I'm going to make a fool of myself, but it sort of fit the gap, so I'm just putting it anyway. Whatever. Alpha Protocol, that Obsidian RPG from like '08, because it's a really fun marathon run. Terrible speed game because it's mostly cutscenes, but it's a really funny marathon run, so it's worth it every time. And Mission Impossible for the N64, which I can never get world record in because it's a PAL console, and NTSC runs like twice as fast or something ridiculous. But again, a really fun marathon game. A really fun game, just generally for marathons, because it's funny, it's amusing, and it's a barrel of laughs. So I enjoy it for that purpose.
Good. Okay. All right then. We got that one out there. And yeah, what's the toughest run we've learned? So there's two ways of looking at the question. Was it the learning that was hard, or was it just the run itself is hard? If we're going with the learning was hard, I would say the toughest run I ever learned was Cube, which is a first-person puzzle game. So the learning is like, right, you need to do exactly all of these movements in this room. So it's like easy to watch a video and then copy it. And then you move on to the next room and there's like 50 rooms or something. And then you go back to round. I'm like, oh, I'll do a run now. And I'm like, wait, I don't remember anything. And it's all just like remembering precise movements and like how to solve puzzles quickly and stuff and like that. So that took me a really long time to like commit to memory and like learn properly. The actual run itself isn't like difficult, but that was a hard one to learn. I can respect anyone that can learn puzzle games like that and memorize the solution to every puzzle. Otherwise, yeah, for the other type of that question, I don't really have an answer. Like San Andreas 80% is pretty hard, but it's more optimization than the game.
Yeah, I like there's different kinds of difficulty as well. Like there's difficulty in like just remembering a route and then like executing it good, but like some runs can be difficult, but if you mess up you won't lose a lot of time. And then there's other runs where the tricks may be not that difficult, but if you mess up you lose a lot of time. Like for example SWAT 4 for me, if I mess up I have to restart the entire level and there's no way around it. So well, maybe it might not be that difficult to not mess up. Actually it is, but it's also LMG based. Like if I mess up I lose a shit ton of time. But then Prison Architect, I struggle immensely like remembering what to do for that. But if I mess up I lose like 5 seconds. I lose the time it takes me to come up with the memory of what I have to do. That's the only time I would lose. So yeah, I would probably say SWAT 4 though, because I said it's penalizing and it can actually be pretty tricky as well. So I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna have to echo that one. I tried to learn SWAT 4 at one point because I was like, hey, this looks really fun. I like this game. It's a fun game, and I'm just like, wow, this is brutal. And just like just stupid stuff, just like, oh wait, I forgot to turn 90 degrees in this one bit and now I'm dead.
Yeah.
Piss off. It's just so ridiculous. I'm probably gonna pick it up again because it was a really fun. So like, because at the time I was I'm sorry I have to do this. Oh, God.
Okay.
So I think I'm coming down with something. It's probably awful. I just hope it goes away.
That's bad timing.
No.
Yeah, hopefully it'll go away. What was I saying? But at the time, I was really grinding Wolfenstein like really hard, and I was getting really sick of it. So I was like, I need something else to do. So I sort of just like offline, I sort of learned SWAT 4 in like the most like ghetto way possible. I don't know how else to say it. And then I was like, hey, this is pretty fun. And it was pretty fun. Like I did enjoy it. Also just the fact that I enjoyed the game generally was helpful. But yeah, it's a bit of an ass. like learning it. It's just because, again, as you said, it's like it's so precise and it's so punishing. Like Wolfenstein was like tough because it's also really punishing, but you can quick save and like you just make a motion with your finger and suddenly you've got this panic button which you can get out of that mistake you did. So it's really not that, it's like it's bad, but it's not that bad. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of all the other runs I've learned because it's a long list. Like I tried doing GoldenEye at one point, but I just sort of got bored of it because like it was like there's so many games. Like I tried to learn GTA 3 at one point, but like I just didn't have the time or the energy to put into it. And like things like, I mean, I think all the GTA games are probably the same. I'm sure both of you will probably have more experience here, but like you just need to put so much time into it to get good. Just things like just things like even the basic stuff like driving down the road without hitting a car. Like when you play that many hours, when they play the amount of hours, you're like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, you just don't hit the car. What? But when you're getting started, it's just like I just hit everything, and I was just getting so sick of. And I was like, I'm sitting there. It's like, okay, well, I can practice, but I really don't want to. I just didn't have the drive, so I didn't. And then I was like, well, actually, no, this is pointless. If I don't want to practice, there's really no. So I just sort of stopped running. And like I can definitely respect those who stick with it and all that, have the time and the energy, especially the energy. But yeah, so that was also pretty tough. But as I said, I'm definitely sticking with SWAT 4 just because that's such a brutal bastard.
Didn't think I'd have someone on the show who actually knows about SWAT 4 speedrunning.
I'll have an
I
episode
remember
at some point.
The game back in like 2009. It's just I love that crap.
All right, moving on because we are over estimate now.
Yeah.
Let's get a few more questions. So Planks asked plans for the future, and I think he's referring to ASM. So it's probably a bit early for you to think about it, but yeah, later down he asks like, are you going to stick to convention marathons or do your own? So I guess that's kind of a lead on for that question.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, like,
Cool.
It's I guess it's like asking about what your ambitions are and where you want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're sort of already doing like our own stuff through UniSA, because that's mostly us. Like UniSA is obviously helping out. It's strong helping out. And as I said, obviously we're very thankful for it, and they do run like a lot of the tech and blah blah blah. But it's mostly sort of we are sort of spearheading that. Whereas Avcon we are sort of just sort of coming into the party and sort of saying we need this to do the thing. This also does lead in the other thing we do. ASM is the PAX Oz, which is this year in late October, and we've been invited to do another marathon style event. We did one last year as well, but it was a little sort of on the hoof. Astrius spearheaded that. I didn't because he's in Melbourne, which is where PAX Oz is, and like obviously for me to spearhead it would just been stupid because I'm not in Melbourne, and it's just a big pain in the ass. Which is one of the main reasons why I spearheaded in Adelaide, because I'm in Adelaide. So yeah, he spearheads that. And that's actually one of the main reasons. One of the reasons. One, because he's a cool bloke, but two, because he spearheads sort of the other half of ASM. So he usually takes over. But as I said to others, I've sort of learned his lines by now. So PAX is really cool because it's a lot bigger than AvCon for starters. At least like 3-4 times the amount of people like will walk through the door at least. And there's a huge crowd. Crowds last year when we did it were massive. Like you can look at some of the photos online. I don't actually have specific links right now, but it's just big crowds, and everyone was really interested apparently. So we're looking to expand that definitely, especially because now we've had the notice. We're sort of we've already got the plans in motion. I'm sort of already booking plane tickets. It's all going there. It's all looking bigger. Generally speaking, I think the big problem with sort of breaking off is resources. We don't have any. Like we literally have a budget of 0. We have always had a budget of 0. Like I chip in, a few bucks where I need to. Like one of the things like we needed a composite capture card, and it was like, well, I like having a composite capture card, so I'll just buy one and use it for the event. So like I sort of lost money, like I sort of spent money, but I really didn't because I'm getting a thing.
And
you're
then using it yourself afterwards. So.
Exactly. So like Yeah, so like no, we generally when we break even on everything, one of the things we did last year and we're doing this year again, we're going to provide soft drinks. We're going to sell them for $1. I bought them with my own money. I'm going to recoup the costs, so like I break even on that, and like so I don't lose money on that. So again, it's the whole budget of zero thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if no one buys
It
them,
comes
you have a
back.
load of soft drinks.
Actually, no, I have an on sale.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've got that planned now, way down the line. I don't
All
want a bunch
right,
of soft
fair
drinks.
Fair
I don't
enough.
want a bunch of soft drinks. But yes, like breaking off resources are problematic. Like, would it be nice to, like in a hypothetical dream world? I mean, I guess. But the other question is, what benefits does that bring? Like, why? Well, the hypothetical question would, of course, be why should we not go with, say, UniSA, as opposed to just hiring out a convention hall, or just a hall generally? Like,
Yeah.
it's tough, it's expensive, and I mean, yeah, you have a lot more freedom because it's just your hall, but then you've also got to deal with them directly, and there are a lot of issues. There are a lot of issues with that. Would it lead to growth? Probably not necessarily. I mean, mainly, but not necessarily. UniSA is a very big place. If we specifically could, demonstrate growth, we could probably get another day from them, like in the thing, pretty easily. Probably. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for them, obviously. That would be rather silly of me, but so growth within that sphere is already definitely possible. AvCon, obviously, growth there isn't possible because the convention is the convention and that sort of that. Like general growth, like thing, but like we can't make the marathon longer, obviously. That sort of thing. So would splitting off be good? Yeah, hypothetically, yeah, but it just brings on a whole set of other issues.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a cost benefit analysis, and
Yeah.
it seems to just come up sort of being like, is it worth it? Probably not in the long run, because we've got our options open. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, you still have some room to grow, like you say. So yeah, it still seems
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
And
then.
as I said, we've got PAX as well.
Yeah, exactly.
PAX is going to be great. We'll probably bully you to get on again. That's in like 3 months. 3 months.
October,
So, yeah.
you said, right?
Yeah.
3 months.
All right then. Right, I'll skip all the joke questions about kangaroos, and we'll
The
go
answers
straight
to those, if I remember them correctly, the answers are no, probably not, and if the guy stops punching them.
Good. All right. Perfect. All right. And then, will there be plenty supply of Vegemite for the runners?
Ooh, I love
Big Vegemite?
That was one of the no's.
Oh, okay.
Vegemite.
All right.
I have to say this on camera. Vegemite
okay.
sucks.
How
Aw.
much does it cost to get a Vegemite shipped from Australia to Europe?
Vegemite shit.
Just buy Marmite. It's the same thing.
No, I want Vegemite.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's heresy.
What? No. Well, I haven't had Vegemite, so I don't know. But
No, you should come to Australia. Then have some
Okay.
Vegemite. Then decide that you don't like it because it sucks. And then you can go back. There you go. You'll be happy.
I like Marmite, so I'll probably like Vegemite, right?
Yeah, you probably will. Like, it's all just a yeast extract. So
Yeah. It's all the same sort of thing.
push comes to shove.
All right.
There's the other divide.
All right. So there you go, S. When will S work out a way to prevent floods in his city skylines cities?
Never if I don't play the game, but so I'll have to get on that. But yeah, I have a lot of issues not getting my cities flooded whenever I make slight changes to my rivers. Like putting a dam or like a dike. You'd think like dikes are meant to keep the water in the river and out the land, but it doesn't quite work like that when I play City Skylines.
Fair enough. I played that game a little bit, but not too much. All right. And then the final question. Why not, Charlie asks, why not rename the marathon Australian Speedrunner Marathon Records, ASMR for short?
Well, I mean, there's a funny story behind that. Like, we used to be called the Australian Speedrun Squad.
Right.
Ooh.
Hey.
Yeah, now shorten it.
Oh, okay.
That was
Oh,
a problem. So we decided to fix that.
Fair enough, that makes sense. It took my
It was
dyslexic
mostly-
brain a few seconds to get that.
It was mostly a gag.
I thought like
It was mostly a
ASQ. What?
Yeah,
What's
ASQ, that's what I did. I was like, that's alright, isn't it? Oh,
That
dear.
squad doesn't start with a Q. Yeah, that took me longer than it needed to.
Dear, dear. All right, okay. Well, yeah, that brings us to the end of chat Q&A. So thanks for your questions. That was pretty good. Actually, had good questions, apart from all the ones about kangaroos.
Those were good too. We just didn't have time for them.
Yeah, we're running out of time. We're over 2 hours, so we better wrap this up. So yeah, thanks a lot for Softman for telling us all about ASM and answering all of our silly questions and whatnot.
As I said, thanks for having me
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Thanks for waking up stupidly early. You did a lot more than
Who said
other
I
people
slept?
did. Okay,
He's staying up late.
staying up like
Not
deep
even
sleep,
late,
yeah.
just overnight. You're not going to bed after this, are you?
No, I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna watch a movie or something. Like, there's nothing I can really do.
Yeah.
Actually, I need to send one email. Oh Jesus! Oh, crap.
Oh,
All right. Well, yeah. So yeah, that was good. So yeah, definitely make sure you check out ASM. Starts Wednesday the 19th. So exactly a week from now. We will remind you on our show. I guess we'll talk about it because it'll probably be live while we're live. So there you go then.
It probably will be. Yeah.
Yeah. So
won't
make
you
sure
be
I'm gonna-
doing your nice snooze, mate? Or what did it say? Everyone have a nice snooze, mate. It's set in the schedule. I wouldn't know.
Oh,
That's in the air.
That might be going on when we are on because it's 4 a.m. in Australia right now, and
Yeah, but it's on what do you call it? That's on the Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're going overnight.
no,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, okay then.
Yeah, when we will be live, it will be Tales of Symphonia, Dawn of a New
Yeah,
World
yeah,
happening. So there you go.
That's
all
our
night for
long
you guys.
overnight game.
Yeah. And then, hey, Simpsons Hit and Run will be soon after that. It's perfect. We can talk about Simpsons Hit and Run again. Yeah, raid the marathon after the show. That's a good idea
Yeah.
as well. All right. So yeah, that's all about ASM. So yeah, thanks a lot for coming on. And now we'll wrap the show up. So yeah, so we went through records this week. If there were any records we missed, then you should have let us know about it with the submission form, which I guess I should be typing because I'm not the one hosting. RTC submissions?
RTC submission form.
Submission form. All right. Hey, there we go. I'm not used to this. We also have our YouTube channel where this run will hopefully be posted shortly after. So if you missed any of our... Damn it, it didn't work. Okay.
I think it's
It's
just
just-
YT.
Is it just YT? Why? Why is that abbreviated? All the other ones aren't. God.
Ask
Okay, so yeah,
Troll
go ahead and check out our YouTube channel and go on our Discord as well, which is RTC Discord. I hope that's not abbreviated. Yes, good. So yeah, come and let us know about stuff in our Discord. We organise all of our episodes. We go through all the research and talk about all the news we find. We also need guests. I guess we don't actually guess because next week we have a show about ESA, funnily enough. And then the show after that will be at ESA. So then the show after that will need guests. So if you are a runner or you know anyone, let us know and we'll schedule in for a few weeks from now.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess we need to find a raid target, come up with a raid message.
Oh man.
And yeah, what are we all doing next week when we wrap it up? I think we'll know what Softman's doing. So
What a
what are me
twist.
and you? What are me and you doing, S? You start, I guess.
I don't have anything planned. I still have that Far Cry 2 segmented run that I have to finish. I'll probably just do like a full run of San Andreas. I enjoyed that. I'm not sure if it will be a PB, but it can PB, so I'll have to try. Other than that, I should probably play a casual game.
Okay. What about me? What am I doing next week? I am not doing much next week. Obviously, I have people around my house, guests now, so I'll be doing that stuff for a while. And then also I have to get ready for ESA, which is, funnily enough, at ESA I'm doing everything that isn't speedrunning. I'm not doing any runs. I'm doing hosting, I'm doing board games, and I'm doing Hearthstone tournament / event, an official Hearthstone event as well. So if you're in Vax Joe, or however you say that, and you want to come to a fireside gathering, come to ESA. There you go. So I'm doing all the side eventy, non-speedrunny stuff and hosting. So that'll be a laugh. I can't wait to do hosting. I get to host with Charlie and Rydog, so that'll be a laugh.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be really good. Yeah, so don't expect me to do anything, but you have ASM to watch, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. We got any final shout outs or anything?
Specifically you, Softman.
No, not really. No, I mean, no.
Fair enough.
I'm
Okay, all right. So, did we find a raid target though? I didn't.
My muttering there means no, but I can go to my following list and just pick someone and be not
Fine.
picky about it.
Find an Australian, quick.
Yeah,
An
none of the
Australian
Australians.
streaming at this hour. Good
Oh,
luck.
good
It's
point. Oh, what am I
5:45
saying?
a.m.
What am I saying?
It's 5:45 a.m. 5:45
Hey, maybe
a.m.
someone might be dedicated. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, PSX is Australian. He's like in Queensland or something. He's apparently, I don't know why he's up. It's weird. Very weird.
Oh, let's just rate this guy. I don't know if he's using a.
You got it. All right, good. That'll do. What message should we use? Having a good snooze, mate. That's a message.
Having a good snooze, mate. Very, very good. I don't think this guy is using a microphone, and it's not even a proper stream or whatever.
Okay, it's fine. Whatever. So there you go. There's the raid message. I'm sure S will post the raid target. Letter swords. Okay, but yeah. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll be back next week for our ESA hype episode. 2 days before ESA starts. So that'll be great.
Yes.
So, yeah. So there we go. Thanks for watching, and
Bye.
bye bye.
Bye bye. Video.